especially those of Andros, are now armed with even greater knowledge about the truly wondrous wildlife of their island and the need to conserve, enjoy, and protect it for themselves and future generations of Bahamians. This land is our land. We are blessed with a place unlike any other on earth, and also blessed with a chance to maintain this land as it was, as it is, Andros.
Sometimes I often wonder if there is any earth. Oh my Andros, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes Andros and we wait. Oh my Andros, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes, she makes Andros and we wait. Oh yeah, Lord, 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 right. And all the people celebrating, happy and so jolly, celebrating the big yard party.
At Rusty Bethel Drive, I'm Paisol Forbes. This is ZNS.
It's What's Trending with Jimanita Swain and the Bahama Beauty. At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas from Studio A. It all starts right now.
Hello and welcome everyone. It's Thursday, June 5th, and you're tuned into the ultimate destination for all things lifestyle, entertainment, and everything in between. I'm Kendany Campbell-Moss, filling in for Jimanita Swain, and you're watching What's Trending, the show where we bring you the latest trends, hottest news, and insider tips on living your very best life. Whether you're here for fashion, food, fitness, or the latest buzz from social media, we have got you covered. Coming up on today's show, we've got scoops, sustainability, and sweet-smelling secrets you don't want to miss. First up, it's time to take your taste buds on a challenge and guess the flavor. We've got the flavor genius behind Taste the Flavor in studio, and she's brought 3 mysterious ice cream creations. Stick around, you might even find out what's your next favorite treat. Then we're turning our attention into something a little greener. It's World Environment Day, where we're celebrating with practical tips and a few laughs along the way. From small changes with big impact to the truth behind your morning cup of coffee, we're diving into the choices we make and how they shape our planet. And finally, we're wrapping up with a little luxury and a whole lot of glow. We're stepping into a summer care with the Perfume Bar. From morning serums to night serums, you don't want to miss this. You got to take notes. It's a full lineup of fun, flavor, and feel-good beauty, and it's all coming right here on What's Trending. Stay with us.
Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, we have been in Exuma now for the past 4 years, carrying out our paving program. A part of our company's philosophy is producing work to international standards. So when you look at our paving division, we have a state-of-the-art lab to do all of our testing in-house, as well as a state-of-the-art asphalt plant with a trained technician carrying out the work on that site. The overarching goal of our company is to produce the work that we're doing in the entire Bahamas to international standards. We also make a difference by the training of our staff. We have a very intensive training program going on to where we are teaching young men how to learn the art of striping. Being a young man myself, I've made mistakes in the past. I was given a second chance to better my life, and it's only fitting that we pass it along. What's important for us is giving them a second chance for them to get a skill and a career that could take them further in life.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Hey, ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You up?
He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait, I ain't got nothing to do. Been the time saying now on to independence.
It's time for our Sweet-tastic challenge. Guess the flavor.
Tell me what's your flavor. What's your flavor? Tell me what's your flavor. What's your flavor?
We have two special guests in studio with us. Veronique Popel, owner and flavor master behind the local sensation, Taste the Flavor. It's so nice to have you on What's Trending. It's absolutely fantastic. You have so many things here. And we also have NJ. He is a self-proclaimed ice cream connoisseur. Here's how it works. Veronique ripped up 3 mysterious scoops straight from her flavor factory, and NJ is going to guess what each one is. NJ is blindfolded, so that means no peeking, no smelling, just taste, and after one taste, he'll guess the flavor. Are you ready, Veronique?
Yes,
NJ?
I am.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, round 1. Can you give me the flavor for round 1? It looks luxurious. What's your guess?
Is this, tastes like guava.
Veronique, is he correct?
No, he is very much incorrect.
Okay, all right, let's take this one. Let's take this one away. All right, let's get on to round number 2. Veronique, how close was he? Was he anywhere even close in the category?
He was actually really off.
He was really off. All right, there you go. There you go. There you go. All right.
This is another one.
Guess the flavor, NJ.
This tastes familiar. Is this soursop?
Yes, it is.
All right. What was the first flavor?
It was Biscoff cookie.
Biscoff.
Yes.
Oh,
Which is actually one of the top sellers.
Okay, all right, very good. All right, round 3. We're gonna have to throw you a curveball because NJ seems like he knows his flavor. So give me something a little bit different.
This was lame.
Okay. And it's so nice and creamy.
Thank you.
Oh, and look at the colors. Beautiful.
Got it? Okay.
Okay. All right, NJ. Taste it. Guess the flavor.
This tastes like vanilla.
Vanilla what?
Have another.
Have another.
Yeah,
Have another go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Have another lick.
What is it? What is it? Come on, NJ, you gotta figure this out. Veronique, what is the flavor?
Blueberry cheesecake.
Blueberry cheesecake. Let's take the black. Let's take. I mean, maybe if you want an idea of what it looks like, right?
I was tasting this. I just didn't know what it was.
Oh, okay. All right. Thank you.
Thank
you so much for participating.
Thank you for
You
having
did
me.
a fantastic job.
Thank you.
The ice cream stays with us.
Yes.
All right. Now,
Thank
Veronique,
you.
tell us about the taste flavors. What inspired you to start your own ice cream brand?
So I actually started due to the influence of my grandmother.
Okay.
Growing up, me and her actually made ice cream for our church fairs. And during the pandemic, I wanted to find another way on obviously having some income.
Okay.
So I decided to start Taste the Flavor. So next month actually makes us 5 years.
That's fantastic. Do you remember your very first flavor ever created?
The one that I did on my own, I would say without inspiration from my grandmother, would be the Sky Juice.
Oh, the Sky Juice.
Lots of trial and errors with that, but that's definitely my first baby.
All right.
Yes.
You brought some mystery flavors for us today. How do you come up with these creations?
I sit and think and ask God for guidance.
Okay.
Yeah, and I'm very inspired by obviously what the media is like having a need for. So I do a lot of market research and that helps me guide myself along the way.
Wonderful. What's your most unusual or unexpected flavor that customers actually love?
Vitamalt.
Really?
Yes.
I want to try the Vitamalt. I want to try the Vitamalt.
The Vitamalt ice cream is definitely something I remember the customers like, oh, you should definitely try Vitamalt. And I'm like, y'all sure? And then I realized that persons really love it. So I got obviously like, oh my gosh, feedbacks and like, yeah, I need to try this feedback.
Okay.
And it's been actually one of my popular sellers up to today.
That is fantastic. Yeah. If you had to describe the taste of the flavors in one scoop, what flavor would it be and why?
So I personally like my coffee flavor because I'm a coffee drinker.
Okay.
So it's almost like you're having a mixture of like raw, authentic coffee from Europe.
Rich.
With like a sense of like a nice French vanilla latte. So it's almost like taking you back into Europe and laying down first thing in the morning and getting up with a fresh cup of coffee.
Yes,
And then with that icy natural flair, because you know all of our ingredients are also natural.
Absolutely. So do you make everything by hand or is this processed? What is your process like in terms of your creation?
So the batches are handmade, and then I have a machine at home that I call Gloria. It's a commercial machine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Are there
Shout out to Gloria.
Shout out to Gloria.
Yes.
Are there any seasonal or limited additional flavors that fans should look out for?
Yes. So seasonal would be definitely the mango.
Okay.
That's seasonal, so mainly in summertime. So right now will be the best time for that.
Okay.
As well as during the holiday season, we also do a limited edition eggnog ice cream, gingerbread, red velvet, and sugar cookie.
Oh, that sounds fantastic. If you could serve ice cream to anyone in the world, who would it be and what flavor would you give to them?
I actually really want Oprah Winfrey to try my ice cream.
Absolutely.
I know she's a dessert junkie.
Yes.
And I feel I'll make her a special like Oreo espresso chip. You know, she has like a thing for chocolate.
Yes.
Yeah, so...
I mean, I could be your Oprah, you know. Okay.
We can make that happen.
What's next for Taste the Flavors? Any big plans or collaborations coming up?
Stay tuned for more updates. I won't spoil it.
It sounds like
we get things cooking.
It sounds like you may need to come to Coffee, Conversation, and Connection on the 21st of June.
We can make it happen.
And finally, I'm going to ask you for some quick-fire questions. Short, fast. What is designed to make it easy? What are you thinking about? Is it coffee or cone? Sugar or waffle?
Okay, so cone.
Okay.
Sugar cone for sure.
Favorite topping?
Oreos. I love anything chocolate.
Really?
Yeah.
One word to describe your ice cream.
Creamy.
Dream celebrity customer.
Oprah Winfrey.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen. Before we get to that, I want to try the Vitamalt one, right? So listen, this has been absolutely fantastic having you on today. We wish you every success in your future endeavors.
Thank you.
And for our viewers that are out there, give them the name of your ice cream, where it can be found. Talk to our people, please.
All right, so it's definitely Taste the Flavor, which is TASTEDAFLAVA.
All right.
And you can find us on Instagram and Facebook at those same @names 242.
Thank you. Coming up,
you.
World Environment Day, and we're going green in a big way. Stay tuned.
Diet-friendly special.
Take me out to the ballpark. Yes, this weekend for the baseball action at its best. The ZNS Television Network brings you live coverage of the 2025 National Baseball Championships at the Andre Rogers
Baseball Stadium, June 7th and 8th. And coverage begins this Saturday at 5 p.m. It's the 2025 National Baseball Championships and it's only on the ZNS Television Network.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1. Our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2. Once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3. Our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Humans, come in humans, and yes, I'm talking to you, the ones still using plastic straws like it's 2003. And don't even get me started on folks who don't separate their recyclables. You know who you are here in the Bahamas. It's World Environment Day, the one day of the year when the Earth says politely, and it taps you on the shoulder, hey, hi, maybe don't destroy me today. All right, let's hit you with some facts that will blow your recyclable socks off. Fact number 1, recycling just one aluminum can saves enough energy for you to run your TV for 3 hours. Fact number 2, one tree can absorb up to 48 pounds of carbon dioxide a year. So yes, hugging a tree is basically heroic. And plastic, still hundreds of years to break down. Let's not leave a legacy of grocery bags and broken flip-flops. We've got work to do, and it's easier than you think. Plant something. Pick up litter. Use less plastic. Talk about climate change. Turn off the lights when you leave a room. Children and adults, every step counts. Today isn't just about guilt. It's about celebrating the beautiful planet, the forest, the trees, and all we are known here for, our crystal clear turquoise waters, the birds, and yes, even the pesky mosquitoes. If you don't know where to start, start with this. One plant, one action, one planet. Let's make every day Earth Day. Up next, our glow goals. Activated. It's time to activate your glow goals. We're diving into dewy serums, dreamy creams, and the skin that screams summer.
Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Your home is your sanctuary. The last thing you need to worry about is rodents. Once they enter your property, they can be tough to get out. If you're concerned about rodents, call Rent-A-Kill Initial. We offer the latest, most effective treatment for safe, fast, and long-lasting results. From prevention to elimination, our integrated approach guarantees protection. For rodent control you can trust, there's only one name in the Bahamas. Rent-A-Kill Initial.
Summer Summer is here, the sun is blazing, the daiquiris are flowing, and your skin is craving a vacation of its very own. Between the heat and the humidity and all the SPF, your face deserves more than a splash of cold water and hope. So today we're unlocking the ultimate summer skincare routine straight from the beauty shelves, the Perfume Bar and Lancôme. And you know everyone's going for that sun-kissed dewy look for the summer. So in studio from the Perfume Bar, we have Marina Kerr, the Lancôme brand ambassador. Welcome, Marina. How are you?
Oh, I'm wonderful. Glad to be here with you.
Fantastic.
Casey.
Fantastic. Now, Marina, summer skincare is all about keeping things light and effective. Walk us through your ideal morning routine using Lancôme. Where do I begin? What do I start with?
Okay, Casey, we will start with our facial cleanser. It's a foaming cleanser. What this is going to do, this is going to take off all the oils out of the skin, all of the impurities out of the skin. So we're going to start with that.
Okay.
Okay. And then we're going to move along and we're going to use our toner. What the toner is going to do, it's not going to strip the skin, but it's going to replace the moisture back in the skin that the facial cleanser may have taken out of the skin.
We need moisture.
And you definitely need moisture. You need moisture in the skin.
Okay.
Okay, and following, you don't want to go outside without your sunscreen this summer.
No.
Because sunscreen, what it does is protects your skin from the UV rays.
Okay.
Okay, and you don't want no sunburn, so you want to definitely use your sunscreen. And following, your moisturizer. So you cleanse, you're washing, you're toning, you're putting on your sunscreen, and then you're going to put on your moisturizer, which is going to give you that soft, dewy, radiant looking skin. Yes, Casey.
Glowy.
Yes, glowy.
Sunshine.
Yes. Oh, sunshine.
I love it, I love it.
Skin. Radiant skin.
Now, tell me something. After I've had all this on, if I wanted to put on a little bit of makeup, am I able to do that?
Yes, of course. Following all of that skincare routine, you will then go into your makeup, your foundation, your powder, your blush, your eyeshadow.
Right, but we don't need that because it's summertime.
It's summertime.
And this is it.
And that's all you need.
Absolutely.
That beautiful skin to glow in the sun.
Wonderful. Now tell me what is happening right here.
Okay, right here, Casey, you want to use your facial scrub at least twice a week. What this is going to do, this is going to exfoliate the dead skin cells that comes on the skin ever so often. So you want to slough it off, okay? And this here for the young ladies, the older ladies, the mature ladies, we have a skincare called now Clarifique. So what the Clarifique is going to do, it's going to help with blemishes and breakouts.
Now, you said the young ladies, so how young do they need to start with this?
You can start as young as 5. It's for everybody.
Okay, so from 5...
Well, I say give it to 12.
Give it to 12.
Yeah, 12.
Okay, good.
12-year-old, yes.
All right.
Because, you know, during those puberty stages,
you
want to help them with the breakouts and all of those concerns they may have at that
Absolutely,
age.
absolutely. So these two items we should have as well.
Yes, you should have a part of your daily regimen.
Now, I've already been out in the sun and I've been looking cute all day. I have a nice dewy skin.
Yes.
And you know, how do I adjust to get to my nighttime routine? What happens for the nighttime?
Okay, for the nighttime, Casey, here it is. So you look like this. You have all this makeup off and you want to get it off properly.
Yes.
So then you would take the cleanser. So what this cleanser is going to do, you're going to put it on the whole face with the makeup on and you're going to tissue it off. And this is going to take off all of the makeup that is sitting on your skin. Okay, from the face. And then, Casey, you want to use the Bifacil. This is going to take off all of that mascara, all of that eyeliner. This is going to strip it and take it all off for you.
Okay.
And then, after that, you're going to go back to your wash. Because after you've already cleansed the skin and you've already taken off the mascara, you want to go back and wash the skin. Okay. And then you're going to go into this here. This is the icon for Lancôme. It is called Genifique.
Genifique. Okay, all right.
And what this does, the Genifique does, it gives you the radiance. It gives you the glow. It gives you that youthful skin texture. Yes, Casey, this is a must-have.
I feel like I should have that.
You should have it. Come on down to the Perfume Bar by Lorax. And following that, you want to use your eye Genifique.
Okay.
You know, when you get up in the morning, sometimes you have the puffy eyes.
Yes.
You have the fatigue eyes.
Yes.
You feel like those eyes are falling out of your head.
Absolutely.
So this is going to do wonders for those eyes.
It wakes my eye right up.
It's going to wake you up. Yes.
Okay.
And then you go have that coffee.
Absolutely.
Yes, there you go. And then you're going to follow with your night cream, your Genifique Night.
Okay.
Okay? It's a little richer than the Hydrazine Day.
Okay.
Okay? Because at night and your skin is resting, you need a little more. A little more thickness, so as you sleep and you're resting, this will penetrate into the first, second, third layer of the skin.
Okay.
And there you go. You have your day, you have your midweek, and you have your night.
Now, tell me something. In terms of the exfoliation, you said it's only twice a week for
Only
exfoliate?
twice a week because you don't want to strip the skin. So only twice a week, you would use your daily sugar scrub by Lancome. And it will exfoliate all of the dead skin cells, all this from the surface of the skin.
How do you adjust your beauty routine when you're traveling, heading to the beach? Do any of these products double up in terms of life essentials?
When you say double up, you don't have to, no, it doesn't double up. What you do, you just follow suit. You just follow your daily routine. It's a must-have.
Okay.
You don't, see, ladies, gents, it's for men and ladies.
Yes,
okay?
yes.
Men and ladies, you want to keep that skin soft, soluble, smooth. You want to look fine even in your age, like 61 like myself, who has grandchildren.
You are doing it, Miss Marina.
Yes,
Miss
ma'am.
Marina, can you tell us where you're located, please?
Okay, we're located downtown opposite the Royal Bank.
Okay.
Perfume Bar by Lorax. Come on in and let us bring you into that beauty that you need to take you through these summer months.
Absolutely. Marina, thank you so much for joining us, and thank you for taking us through the Radiant Summer Care.
Yes,
this is a ritual that we will definitely stick with. You've officially made me want to upgrade my routine.
Yes.
Maybe book a vacation, you know, while I'm at it.
Yes.
I think this is absolutely fantastic.
Yes.
And everyone watching, if you're interested in anything here, please visit one of the Perfume Bar locations. We've got more after the break.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having me.
If you would like to be a part of What's Trending, DM us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS.
Diet-friendly special.
Did you know you could send a local bank transfer to a $1 wallet? It's the same as sending a transfer to an account at another local bank. Simply use the wallet's 12-digit top-up address as the account number, savings as the account type, Central Bank of the Bahamas as the bank, and $1 as the branch with branch code or transit number 12,000. Don't use urgent or priority delivery. Transfers to $1 wallets are processed through the Bahamas Automated Clearinghouse Network within 1 business day.
Take me out to the ballpark. Yes, this weekend for the baseball action at its best. The ZNS Television Network brings you live coverage of the 2025 National Baseball Championships at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium, June 7th and 8th. And coverage begins this Saturday at 5 p.m. It's the 2025 National Baseball Championships, and it's only on the ZNS Television Network.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
And that's how we wrap up another trending week. Thank you for hanging out here with us on What's Trending. And remember, the conversation never stops. Catch up with us on Instagram at What's Trending on ZNS. Share your thoughts and let us know what you think should be the next trending item. We'll be back after the holiday weekend on Tuesday, 6 p.m. with more headlines, highlights, and heat. Until then, stay curious and most of all, stay connected.
It's time to grow your church. Time to extend your message to all the islands in the Bahamas, into the Turks and Caicos Islands, and to the world via the ZNS app and website. It's time to broadcast your church's services on ZNS TV. To help you with that, ZNS has some exciting new packages with very good prices. It's time to call 502-3813 for details.
This is The Rundown, giving you the story behind the story with a new perspective every Thursday with host Ahmad Rashad Thompson. This is The Rundown.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
This is the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. Here's a look at tonight's top stories. Education Minister outlines bold reforms in 2025-2026 budget debate. Plus, 35 graduates crossed the stage at UB Northern Campus Spring 2025 ceremony. And a college student sentenced to 18 years behind bars in the United States. We have the details.
The Bahamas Tonight Northern Edition starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis. Thank you so much for tuning in. Education remains a top national priority for the Davis administration. During her contribution to the 2025-2026 budget debate, Minister of Education, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin, unveiled a series of strategic reforms aimed at strengthening the nation's education system. Among the key focus areas, addressing the persistent teacher shortage through targeted recruitment, expanding literacy programs to ensure foundational learning at all levels, and increasing investment in technical and vocational training to create a more self-reliant, skilled Bahamian workforce. As part of its long-term strategy to address the global teacher shortage, the government is building a pipeline of future educators. In the 2024-2025 academic year, 214 students enrolled in the Teacher Cadet program, an initiative aimed at preparing and inspiring the next generation of teachers.
79 of them completed their training, and 36 have already applied to the University of the Bahamas and to international institutions to pursue degrees in education. We are being deliberate, targeting more young men to enter the profession. And I put out the clarion call again to our young men: come in the classroom, help shape lives.
And beyond immediate solutions, the government is also focused on a sustainable and progressive education model. This includes expanding technical and vocational training, encouraging specialization, and recruiting future special education teachers.
These are not optional areas. They are urgent national needs. And we are making it possible for cadets to leave the program with qualifications in hand, certified in child care, certified in child development, so they are not just trained but ready.
Literacy also remains a top priority with a renewed focus on oracy. In high schools, a national skills gap test for grades 7 through 12 is being introduced to identify learning gaps early.
The curriculum itself is being revised, and we've deepened engagement with teachers across islands like Grand Bahama and Eleuthera.
And to reduce reliance on imported labor and future-proof the workforce, the government is prioritizing technical and vocational education. Major investments are being made to transform institutions like BTVI, making them key to national development.
It has already achieved candidacy status with the Council on Occupational Education, and the initial accreditation visit is scheduled for June 16 to 20, so they're right in it now for accreditation. To bring trades training to all islands, PTV has completed new campus sites in Eleuthera, in Exuma, in Abaco, and the final work underway in Grand Bahama in the renovations.
Well, in other news, 35 graduates proudly walking across the courtyard of the University of the Bahamas' Northern Campus to receive their degrees during the spring 2025 commencement ceremony. The event marked a significant milestone in their academic journeys, recognizing years of dedication, perseverance, and achievement. Our Jolanda Thompson-Everest was there and filed the details in this report.
The future looks bright for 35 students who earned their degrees from the University of the Bahamas North. The spring 2025 commencement ceremony taking place in the campus courtyard, celebrating graduates from a range of academic programs. Seated in the front row, the graduates were surrounded by proud family members and friends who cheered them on, recognizing their hard work and determination. Among the special guests in attendance was Acting President Jane Hodder, honoring the achievements of the new alumni.
We know that what we do today will support UB delivering the best to our students well into the future. Congratulations, graduates. You're the reason we're inspired every day to do more and be more. We could not be prouder to do this work for you and because of you.
Remarks were also delivered by the chair of the Board of Trustees, Allison Maynard Gibson, and Sir Franklin Wilson. While congratulating the graduates for their hard work, they urged them to uphold integrity and embrace the discipline of saving.
We gather not just to honor your academic accomplishments, but to celebrate your perseverance, growth, and unwavering spirit. You have crossed this finish line with courage and the community behind you.
Whatever the vision you have for your future, you are likely to benefit from a commitment to such a thing as fiscal discipline. This is important not just for the accumulation of capital, but it does more. It builds something called the capacity to defer gratification.
Speaking on the hard work and dedication for bringing them thus far, Maya Mott bringing remarks on behalf of the graduates.
To our faculty, family, and friends, thank you for believing in us when we struggle to believe in ourselves. Class of 2025, our story is one of resilience. Let us go forward boldly with our head held high and our hearts full of purpose.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Jolanda Thompson-Everest.
In news from the court, a 17-year-old male and an 18-year-old female arrested in connection with that fraudulent driver's license matter Tuesday pled not guilty to charges of possession of a forged document, uttering a forged document, forgery, and conspiracy to commit forgery in Magistrate Court 2 Thursday. The duo were granted $5,000 bail with 1 or 2 shorters. The case has been adjourned until July 22, 2025. The charges stemmed from the female teen allegedly using a fraudulent driver's license to rent a vehicle. Still in news from the crime beat, Cristano Pedro Carmelo Cooper, 22, a Grand Bahamian studying in Oklahoma on a student visa, has been sentenced to 18 years in federal prison for multiple child exploitation offenses, including the production and distribution of child sexual abuse material. According to the U.S. Attorney's Office, the charges stem from an investigation by Homeland Security Investigations. Reports say that on November 14, 2024, Cooper was found guilty by a federal jury of sexual exploitation of a child, use of a child to produce a visual depiction, distribution of certain materials involving the sexual exploitation of a minor, receipt of certain material involving the sexual exploitation of a minor, and possession of certain material involving the sexual exploitation of a minor at trial. In other news, Coalition of Labor members is gearing up for the Randall Fox Labor Day March set to begin tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. Organizers of the highly anticipated event are urging all unionists to show up in full support. Committee co-chairman Charles Ellis says this year's route promises to be exciting and encourages the public to come out in numbers.
We're going to assemble at the Cummins Church parking lot that's next to the Jehovah's Witness on Settlers Way. And we're going to proceed via Columbus Drive onto Adventures Way, onto Gambia Drive, and then onto the Independence Park, which is opposite Rescue, for those of you that don't know. We're looking forward to having a good time this year. So Randall Fox has done a lot to make this day good for the workers. So we're just asking all participants to come out and enjoy your day.
Once the march reaches Independence Park, Northern Region Vice President of the Bahamas Public Services Union, Latoya Cartwright-Jones, along with an executive member of the Bahamas Educators, Counselors, and Allied Workers Union, say the event will shift into full celebration mode.
We are talking about the history of the labor movement. We are talking about what brought us to this place today. We are talking about all the things that has happened, all of the fight that's transpired before this day, and the fight that will continue in order for us to enjoy this day.
All Bahamians from Iran and across the Commonwealth of the Bahamas and its archipelago. If you're from the north, from the south, in the central part of the Bahamas, I want you to go on out and celebrate and understand and know that your purpose here on earth is to do what it is that God has called you to do.
Well, in other news, more than 500 high school and college students will be employed through the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture's Summer Youth Employment Program, with positions within the ministry and through Corporate Bahamas this summer. Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, announced the launch of the program that will also include free summer camps Thursday. Teenagers from age 15 and adults up to 25 will participate in the employment program, while Rayette Spence says they are excited to introduce the Matter Summer Camp to be held at Walter Parker Primary from July 7th to August 1st.
We are happy and elated that we have had an overwhelming, as usual, persons applying. The portal for employment has already been closed, but we have the portal open for persons who want to be campers. And so we are inviting all persons, especially in the North and Grand Bahama, and Abaco and Bimini, to go online on My Gateway and follow the applications where your child can be a part of the summer work.
It's a camp that will get towards students in grades 1 to 6. And the disciplines include karate, they'll participate in sports, in fine arts, music, all kinds of things they will be participating in. And it's just to give them a safe environment.
Cultural Officer within the Division of Cultural Affairs, Lachey Charles, shares details of what that department will offer.
We intend to employ 30 young students throughout the cultural organizations in Grand Bahama, including the Performance Alive Camp, the Film Camp, and other cultural organizations on the island. In addition to that, we also have created a Junkanoo Summer Camp, and it will be in 2 cohorts for 2-week intervals. We intend to facilitate 100 students, preparing them for junior Junkanoo parades in the future.
And still to come.
Walking into Purpose hosts its first international women's seminar. That's story, sports, and more when we return.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Come on down and see what Dolly Madison has in store for you. Renovate and rejuvenate at Dolly Madison.
Experience a man's point of view live at the Regency Theater, June 14th at 8 p.m. and June 15th at 4 p.m. Tickets just $40 at 17 Shop or Imagine Graphics. Visit ampv.online for more information. Be a part of history. The Grand Bahama Port Authority invites you to nominate outstanding residents for Icons of the City 2.0. Submit your nominations today at gbpa.com/icons before June 21st. Don't miss the first annual Home and Hardware Expo, Saturday, June 7th at Pelican Bay from 2 to 6 p.m. Enjoy free exhibits, giveaways, and expert demos, plus an $150 short-term rental session at 3. Call 352-6126 for more details. It's the Double Trouble Sale at Bethel's Air Conditioning and Refrigeration, located at number 3 Milton Street, June 2nd through 7th. Cash sales only. Call 602-5467 for more information.
Select the perfect gift for Dad from Esquires and get a chance to surprise him with a 360 gas grill. Take 20% off your purchase from June 9th to 14th and enjoy additional savings throughout the store. Call them today at 352-8816. Happy Father's Day from Esquires.
Come and be blessed at the New Life Worship Center in Freeport, Grand Bahama, where Bishop Simeon Ouden is the senior pastor. Services are on Sunday at 9 a.m. and Tuesdays at 7 p.m. Come and experience a time of praise and worship in the Word. Here are some tips for having your home ready for a hurricane. Keep all trees and shrubs trimmed. Bring in all outdoor furniture, plants, or any other items that may become airborne due to high winds. Cover windows and doors with hurricane shutters or pre-cut plywood. Clear drains and gutters. And remember to secure important documentation in case you have to evacuate. Don't be caught off guard this hurricane season. Be prepared.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
Welcome back. Continuing their mantra of uplifting and encouraging today's women to make strides in their respective lives, Walking Into Your Purpose is hosting its first ever international conference at Grand Lucayan's Royal Palm Suite. Our Matthew Monamboro shares more in this report.
Walking Into Your Purpose has made waves through hosting numerous conferences, providing words of encouragement and advice in the United States since its inception in 2015. The initiative's founder, April Holt-Smith, says introducing Walking Into Your Purpose for the first time internationally, attending ladies are a part of a unique experience.
They're going to get empowered, but they're going to get some great surprises today. I'm going to share my journey from how I started, from my businesses to my personal life, just to inspire women to know that it's something at the end. It may start out rocky, but it's always something at the end.
Special keynote speakers like Emmy Award-winning makeup hairstylist Petula Skeet and business conglomerate manager Felicia Simone Russell, sharing some words for the listening ladies.
My message is to enlighten all these young ladies this evening to know that if you have a dream, give birth to it. There's no need to have a dream inside of you and don't know what to do with it.
Always stay true to who you are and remain focused and steadfast, and you will accomplish anything that you want in this life.
Taking the podium to carry on the uplifting theme of the event is Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, and spouse of the Deputy Prime Minister, Cecilia Cooper.
When women rise, families thrive, businesses grow, and nations are strengthened. And gatherings like this are not only inspirational, they are catalysts for change.
We walk into our purpose and we decide what it is that our life will be. So that's my biggest takeaway today. Anything you want to do, you can achieve today. And I know that sounds cliche, but you have to make the steps to get there. Otherwise, you ain't gonna never get there.
For the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition, I'm Matthew Martinborough.
For a third straight year, the Ministry for Grand Bahama's Collab Unit, in partnership with the Public Hospitals Authority and the Blood Donor Society, hosted the Gift of Life Blood Drive at the Harold de Gregory Complex. The initiative continues to tackle the ongoing shortage of blood at the Rands Memorial Hospital. Minister for Grand Bahama, the Honorable Ginger Moxie, hailing the drive as a record-setting effort since its inception, a trend she says they hope to continue as they work to save lives.
You know, it's so important to give back. We know that there's always a crisis, I would say, when it comes to blood donation. And so we're always happy to do this because we've been setting records year after year in the amount of blood that's being donated throughout the country, I would say.
Other supporting partners, including the Pilots Club of Lucaya and the Royal Bahamas Police Force, also lent their support to the cause. President Shauna Taylor and ACP Advaro Dames underscoring the importance of community partnerships, saying giving back in such a meaningful way is a responsibility they take seriously.
It means a whole lot to us because our endeavors is to give back to the Grand Bahama community in every way possible.
A part of our primary mandate as police officers is in saving lives, and we believe that this is a way that we can help save lives by donating blood.
Look at stories making news. Jay, what's coming up in sports?
It's going to be a busy weekend, Raven, in sports. Volleyball, softball, swimming. Also, the Minister of Youth Sports and Culture gave an update on the swim pool.
More work for you, Philippe.
Oh,
all right, sports is coming our way next, but first a check on the local weather forecast.
Tonight's weather forecast is brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
'Cause it's so beautiful.
Here at Island Bedding, we provide Bahamians a local option for factory direct quality sleep products. We have also expanded to include a range of furniture and home accessories. Check out our new living room pieces, including sectional, TV stands, accent tables, and more. Come on down to Island Bedding and feast your eyes on prices you have to see to believe. Located at number 5 Queens Highway, across from Caribbean Veterinarian.
Journey to a serene oasis. Relax. Rejuvenate. Renew. Welcome to Renew Day Spa. For appointments, call 352-RENU.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
Hi, I want to put some shoes on your feet.
I still want to put shoes on your feet.
I want to put some shoes on your feet.
And I still want to put shoes on your feet.
We still want to put shoes on your feet.
2 locations to put shoes on your feet. Downtown Freeport, and now our newest location in the Carmichael City Shopping Plaza, right behind the Walk-Up Wendy's, Carmichael Road West.
This June 15th, get ready for a powerful night of praise and celebration as the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, in partnership with New Life Worship Center, presents a musical concert honoring 10 fathers and celebrating ZNS 89 years of excellence. It's a moment of music, memories, and legacy. More information to follow. Stay tuned.
Grand Bahama, Friday, June 6th. It's the 64th Sir Randall Fox Labor Day March. PLPs, your acts to assemble at 7:30 a.m. at the starting route. Cummings Church, next to Tabernacle School. The route will proceed via Columbus Drive. Turn left on Adventures Way, then left onto Gambier Drive. The march concludes at the Independence Park, across from Restview Funeral Home. Breakfast will be served immediately following the march at the PLP headquarters. Calling all PLPs as we march in unity, as we support labor. Calling all PLPs of Grand Bahama.
Join us for City in Motion, your inside look at the people, progress, and possibilities shaping the city of Freeport. Each week, we bring you the stories behind the movement. Highlighting how the Grand Bahama Port Authority is leading with purpose.
Our desire is to connect Bahamians with the opportunities that's right in front of them.
This is City in Motion.
Good evening, ladies and gents. I'm Jay Philippe, and welcome to Sports Top and Sports. Groundwork is ongoing at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex for a brand new 50-meter pool to be constructed on Grand Bahama. The Minister of Youth, Sports and Culture, the Honorable Mario Boleg, conducted a site inspection and gave this update on the work.
The process of getting this project done is a continuous one, and it's on the way. I know some persons want us to just get up one morning and see the pool here. It doesn't happen that way. And so we're doing all the necessary and taking all the necessary steps. Important that we make sure that this pool, when it's placed here and it's constructed, it's done the proper way.
Next in sports, the 13th annual Cecil Thompson Fun Run, Walk and Ride will take place on Whit Monday, June 9th, beginning at 6 a.m.
We start at Tino Beach. We walk down to Midshipman Road, roundabout, and back. We also will have cycling. The cycling will start from Tino Beach. Then we go into the Ramfleet Circle at Burger King at the International Bazaar. We already have some churches confirmed to be a part of it. I made some appeal. The Honorable Ginger Moxie will be a part of it. Kinsley will also be a part of it. We sent a lot of letters to the schools. But it's going to be an exciting time.
Of Kendall Colmer and Councillor Rashad Ali of East Grand Bahama, he decided that he wants to do something in partnership with Reach Out Ministry. So he's going to be providing breakfast before the walk.
We're here today to donate canned good items, clothing, shoes, books, backpacks to the Dudley Sades Ministry.
And finally in sports, slow pitch softball will take center stage this holiday weekend at the Grand Bahama Sports Complex softball field.
We'd like to thank the Port Authority. We'd like to thank Bellevue. We would also like to thank Focal, who always comes on board. And we have many more sponsors, who, some of them have asked to be anonymous.
Ladies and gents, that's your quick check on sports. Your Facebook friend of the day is next. I'm Jay Philippe. As always, be blessed.
Welcome to Advance Auto World. My name is Kevin Adderley. Here at Advance, we offer a wide selection of automotive, paint, tire shine, and automotive fluids. We carry a wide selection of transmission fluids, motor oil, and all your automotive fluid needs, including clear coats, body filler, and paint. The paint department has a very good product. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. We carry a wide selection of clear coats, body fillers. We also carry a wide variety of tint, ceramic tint and tire shine. We also carry jacks, vacuum cleaners, paint guns. We carry caulking guns, heat guns, and everything you would need to get the job done.
The Fluid Factory and the Rhythm 102.7 FM brings it to you. The Reunion 3, the mega old school party. Saturday, June 28th. Performing live. Bahamas is the one you know and love. The hitmaker Tanya Stevens.
Yo, Freeport, this is the girl Tanya Stevens inviting you to join me for the Reunion 3. And it's at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Yo, I want the boom box. Love the way you have the post stuff.
Oh yes, Tanya Stevens live. Doing all her hits at the Reunion 3. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Get your early bird tickets now. This one will sell out. Tickets are $60 VIP, $100 platinum, table $650, skybox $2,800. Act like you know with Tanya Stevens performing live. Saturday, June 28th at the Grand Lucayan Ballroom. Gates open at 8 p.m. Tickets are on sale now. Reunion3.com. Tanya Stevens performing live.
Make sure we see you.
Your number one team in the North. Only the sun covers the Bahamas better.
And that concludes the Bahamas Tonight, the Northern Edition. I'm Raven Davis.
I'm Jay Philippe. It's a holiday, Raven. What's your plan?
I'm working. I'm working, unfortunately.
I guess you want to make it to the gym in the morning, right?
I have a gym at my house, don't forget that. Well, thank you so much for tuning in. Here is a live look at the Bahamas Tonight. They're coming your way next.
To grow your church. Time to extend your message to all the islands in the Bahamas, into the Turks and Caicos Islands, and to the world via the ZNS app and website. It's time to broadcast your church's services on ZNS TV. To help you with that, ZNS has some exciting new packages with very good prices. It's time to call 502-3813 for details.
This is The Rundown, giving you the story behind the story with a new perspective every Thursday with host Ahmad Rashad Thompson. This is The Rundown.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
At the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas, I'm Clint Watson, and this is ZNS.
ZNS News is brought to you by the new BTC. Fiber is here. Faster, stronger, more reliable. Together, we are unstoppable. Switch today.
Coming up in the Bahamas tonight, the new academic year to bring new protocols as education officials send a strong signal of zero tolerance on school campuses. Also, an environmental advancement for the region. Find out how the Bahamas stands to benefit. And a case to be made. The PLP to crank up its political machinery during Friday's Labor Day parade. The Bahamas tonight, the National Report starts now. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the broadcast. Heartbreaking and troubling. That's the way officials charged with the welfare of our children are labeling a growing trend they're seeing. Social Services Minister, the Honorable Miles Lorota, shedding light on the issue as he contributed to debate on the 2025-2026 budget. Our Corbell Pyfrom joins us with more on what the minister said. Corbell?
Well, you can add to heartbreaking and troubling, alarming and disturbing, Mokushla. It is called commercial sexual exploitation. It already raises eyebrows, but put on to that our children, and then you'll understand why Minister of Social Services Miles Lorota is so concerned tonight.
Where mothers arrange transactional sex between their daughters and adult males in exchange for payments of household bills. These girls are between the ages of 14 and 16, Madam Speaker. We are destroying, their lives are being destroyed before they begin to live them.
That was Minister Lorota contributing to today's budget debate in the House of Assembly, where he did reveal that there is going to be an increased amount in the amount allocated for the Department of Social Services. He also touched on the temporary housing program.
Madam Speaker, the number of persons requesting temporary shelter continue to escalate. We have had to turn away countless individuals and families because there is supply not enough to accommodate them. I therefore appeal to corporate Bahamas and faith-based organizations to make long-term investment in such ventures.
Want to go back for a moment to that commercial sexual exploitation. We'll be talking a lot more about it. The minister went on to say in the House of Assembly that while the age of consent is 18, using a minor for sexual gratification of an adult constitutes prostitution and rape, which are criminal offenses, he reminded, and should be reported to the police. The minister says this practice also contributes to juvenile delinquency rather than safeguarding our children. He continued that it assigns a price to their lives, reducing a precious child to a mere transaction. If you are aware of these kinds of situations, you should report this to the Child Abuse Hotline. The number there is 711. As I've said, we will have more on this in our later newscast. Reporting live for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Corbell Python. Back to you, Makushla.
Well, thanks, Corbell. And speaking of juvenile delinquency, the data for the current academic year is still being collated, but the education minister is touting the fact that there have been a notable reduction in campus disruptions, a seemingly positive sign that for another year, school incidents across the country have decreased. Last year saw a 17% drop, which officials attribute primarily to the synergy between school resource officers and the Ministry of Education's security team.
We are also preparing for the upcoming school year with new protocols focused on identification and access control. These protocols will ensure that only individuals authorized by school executives will be allowed entry. Sterile zone. The ministry has begun installing electronic arms at school entrances to control access to school campuses. We are also in discussions, and I think there's a meeting today, with DIT, the Department of Information and Technology, to implement a unique student identification card system so that only authorized students can access their respective school campuses.
Now, according to the minister, behind these measures are a number of incidents involving unauthorized entries by students and adults that compromise school safety. Add to that a wide range of disciplinary issues from minor infractions to serious violations.
Students may face suspension to suspension centers. We have asked schools not to send them home. They must go to centers for education and guidance and oversight to continue, and that they will, or they may be enrolled in programs, sure, or unfortunately, in more serious circumstances, to the juvenile justice system, which it has become rarer and rarer, I am happy to say. I will speak more to our work underway to enhance program, sure, in due course. But parents must work collaboratively in these circumstances with the relevant agencies to advance the shared concern of the child's best interests. Madam Speaker, a lot of times I find that parents find it difficult to believe that children engage in certain activities, even though it may be fully factual.
The education minister also disclosing in her budget contribution this morning that more students are attending school and thousands are benefiting from hot free meals. Felicity Darville has that angle.
Education, technical and vocational training, the Honorable Glenys Hannah Martin laying out a strong track record of what she called a quiet revolution in education that will produce better, more wholesome students who will contribute significantly to the nation. Among her announcements, the success of the program Find Every Child. Officials combed the streets and anonymous tipsters called 422-2253 to reach the National School Attendance Hotline. Through these efforts, the public school attendance rate is currently at 95.2%.
This surpasses the goal that we set for ourselves in 2021 of 95%. We are exceeding it. And our efforts continue to increase this. Additionally, we introduced a critical new initiative, initially piloted in a few schools, then expanded to all Family Island and all 8 schools, and now, as announced by the Prime Minister, extended to every public, primary, and all 8 school in the nation. Once this phase is complete, every public pre-primary and primary school in the country will be covered. And this initiative is the National School Breakfast Program.
Yes. It was launched as a pilot program in October 2023, and Hannah Martin says it is spread with speed and precision, island by island.
This government, Madam Speaker, backed its vision with resources. The breakfast program's budget was increased from $1 million in 2023, as I've described, to $5.7 million by September of 2024. As of February 13, 2025, the program had already served over 500,000 breakfasts. And by the end of this school year, we expect to surpass 933,000 breakfasts served, nearly 1 million free breakfasts.
Well, every member of Parliament will have an opportunity to contribute to the 2025-2026 budget debate before the public purse reopens on July 1st. From the House of Assembly for the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Felicity Davo.
Now, just as a side note, education has been allocated some $25.8 million in the 2025-2026 budget, with funds earmarked for the maintenance and expansion of all public primary and secondary schools. Meantime, Central Grand Bahama MP I.M. Lewis today making his first contribution to a budget debate since quitting the official opposition Free National Movement back in April and joining the Coalition of Independents, giving that political organization its first and only seat in the House of Assembly. Lewis admonishing the government to create programs that harness the country's natural resources, empower Bahamians, and direct more focus toward renewable energy. He also had choice words for the administration over its failure to enact the long-talked-about Freedom of Information Act.
If the government itself doubts the usefulness of a transparency mechanism, how then can the Bahamian people trust the information they receive? How can we verify claims such as a budget surplus that somehow still fails to fund essential national priorities?
Coming up, the PLP leader talks about tomorrow's campaign launch. You're watching the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. That and more news in a moment.
Imagine a world where every brand knows your name and every store awaits your arrival. Elite shopping, travel where luxury is a lifestyle and every journey feels like home. Dine where every flavor is just for you, every table reserved, and every moment a taste of perfection. Make every big moment even bigger. Experience banking where wealth isn't just managed, it's maximized. Step into a world without limits. Commonwealth Bank, leader in personal banking services.
Irresistible taste of a KFC big deal, some people will do anything. KFC, it's finger-licking good.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. ATC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
For us at the Myers Group of restaurants, we found that we have a pretty large portion of our employment pool that had difficulty getting bank accounts.
The issue we had previously was just getting cash, getting funds on the island. And with only one working ATM, the idea of the sand dollar just in being digital, and everybody has a smartphone nowadays, it actually worked into our favor.
The sand dollar was like a godsend because it allowed us to add it to our payroll system, which means we're able to send their money to the sand dollar wallet.
It's still a bank transfer, because you get an account number. So from the employer side of things, all I have to do is send your funds just as usual.
It opens up our pool for us to be able to hire some of the people that we couldn't hire before because they were unable to open bank accounts. This has been a really good solution.
Great deals all day, every day. Available now at Marco's Pizza. Order today.
Of the news is brought to you by Bahamas Striping Group of Companies, where safety is first.
You're looking at a shot there of Charlottesville in Western New Providence. Welcome back. Awareness and action for the protection of the environment. The Bahamas, one of many countries celebrating World Environment Day, and in doing so, it's celebrating an environmental advancement, having been added to the Escazú Agreement. As Lloyd Allen tells us, that puts us alongside more than 20 others in the region on the front line of preservation.
Today is World Environment Day, and the Bahamas, like many countries around the world, celebrating this milestone. The Bahamas also becoming the newest signee to the Escazú Agreement.
It is a journey we have made great progress on, from advocating to fairer climate finance on the world stage to ushering in nationwide renewable energy solutions.
While signing on to the multinational agreement, Prime Minister the Honorable Philip Brave Davis reinforced the country's promise to improving the nation's carbon footprint with a commitment to protecting marine environments dating back as far as 1958.
As we enter a new era, a new energy era, and take bold strides towards sustainable development, island by island, it is imperative that we seek out partners and parameters that hold us to an even higher standard.
Carlos De Miguel, Director of the United Nations Economic Commission for Latin America and the Caribbean Sustainable Development, talked about the sustainability shortfalls.
Climate change exacerbates the inequalities among the countries and between the countries. So we need the just transition. The Escazú Agreement will help us for this transition.
Environment Minister the Honorable Vaughn Miller also highlighting the correlation between climate preservation and people.
Many countries have increasingly highlighted human rights as part of national climate frameworks, supporting sustainable development with a central emphasis on people and their basic rights.
The Escazú Agreement is an important regional treaty securing access to environmental information, public participation, and justice in environmental matters, something the Bahamas requires as essential to its future growth. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Lloyd Allen.
Well, we're going to turn our attention now to all the speculation of the Progressive Liberal Party's election campaign rollout coinciding with the Labor Day festivities tomorrow. Well, Prime Minister and party leader, the Honorable Philip Davis, this week offered a little insight on what we can expect from that so-called launch. At the time, he told reporters the PLP will make the case why it should be given another term.
They should expect to hear some of the things that we have done, some of the things that we plan to do, and acknowledging that we have done a lot, but there's still a lot of work to be done. And we will tell the Bahamian people what we met, how we fixed it, that the mess is being cleaned up, and we are now in a position to do much more with and for the Bahamian people.
Now, all eyes will also be on tomorrow's Labor Day March to see who won't be on the parade. As it appears, Trade Union Congress leader Obie Ferguson is holding to guns about boycotting the event. Mr. Ferguson, who previously signed a memorandum of understanding with the opposition PLP back in 2021, has since charged that the Davis administration has failed to honor commitments made in that workers' agenda agreement. While asked about Ferguson's decision not to participate in the parade, Mr. Davis expressed hope that he would have a change of heart, adding that boycotting the march would be a disservice to workers and the labor movement.
And I met recently with Mr. Ferguson, and he indicated to me what he had intended to do. I then encouraged him. I said, but this is not about PLP or F&N. This is about labor. This is about workers. And he should not abdicate his responsibility of demonstrating to workers, right, the worth of coming together and being able to unify, to demonstrate to the country that the labor movement is what it is, and that the labor movement has a role to play in this country.
Meantime, Commissioner of Police Shanton Knowles is encouraging Bahamians to go out and enjoy themselves in the march tomorrow. However, to be on their best behavior, as her team will be out in full effect.
We have prepared our nominal road, our list of officers who will be working that. We have a large contingent of officers who will work the entire parade. We're looking for a safe parade for everyone, those who will be walking the parade and those who will be watching the parade.
This portion of the news is brought to you by folk called SmartPass, the smart way to pay at the pump.
Throughout our lifetime, we must all make decisions. No matter how we choose, the right one just needs to be made. Like having J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers as your insurance partner. We've been serving the Bahamas for over 100 years. Whether you need home, motor, marine, or commercial insurance, make the right decision. Call 397-2100 or visit jsjohnson.com.
JS Johnson Insurance. Peace of mind.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
We're here at the Nassau Village Community Center project, where over the past 17 months, we've hired over 20 Bahamian subcontractors to bring this beautiful project to fruition.
I've been living in Nassau Village for more than 19 years, and to see a project like this bring great joy and pride to me.
This state-of-the-art multi-purpose community center will serve as a crime-fighting initiative in the community. Also help with the education of our kids in this community and a hurricane shelter.
Yeah, and it also shows what we as Bahamians can achieve when we work hand in hand with each other.
We have the technical know-how, and we can pretty much deliver on any project here in the Bahamas or in the world.
Bahamas Pipe and the Bahamian Company, they prove that they believe in Bahamians.
Based on the outcome of this project, I don't think they're disappointed in giving a small person an opportunity to do a job such as this.
The more opportunity they get, the more opportunity we will get.
If you look around and see the work done so far, it just shows what we as Bahamians can do.
Are you straight?
Bro, I ain't getting no service. I can't make no calls. I can't post nothing on my stories. I don't get it.
Wait, you on the live? Shad, come, let's fix that. Come. This one needs saving. Pour them over, please.
Say less. Sign up today. Enjoy 5 gigs on us with select prepaid plans when you port your number to Alive, or 3 months free Alive fiber services when you port your landline.
Introducing the Focal Smart Pass app that helps you to fuel up faster. Here's how it works. Download the app on the App Store or get it on Google Play and create your profile with payment details. Visit your nearest Shell station, open the app, scan the pump's QR code, select your payment amount, and begin fueling. Say goodbye to cash and cards because the Focal Smart Pass offers secure and convenient payment options right at your fingertips. Download Focal Smart Pass now and fuel up faster today.
Man, this ain't making no sense, man. How people making it out here, Dre? If you want to stop living paycheck to paycheck, you gotta learn how to budget. First, write down all of your income. Then, list out all of your expenses. And don't forget to save. Stop throwing away money. Put something aside for savings. And get this, government savings bonds can safely grow your money. So start budgeting, save your coins, and invest smart. Financial independence, right? Wait, financial independence, right? Learn how to invest in government savings bonds on the Central Bank of the Bahamas website.
This portion of the news is brought to you by 700 Wines and Spirits, bringing celebration across the nation.
Well, pop the cork and pour the charm. Commonwealth Brewery took our taste buds on a tour of its newly launched South African wine portfolio. Join the Bahama Beauty for this sip-worthy experience. Ashley Whitney tells us more.
We're very excited to bring the Distel portfolio to the Bahamas. So truly, as they're headquartered in Cape Town, right, the Cape of South Africa, it's about the Cape meets the Caribbean. You're looking at a whole different range of products, wines, spirits, ciders, RTDs. You have some fan favorites like Obiquan, 4th Street, right? But also some award-winning labels like Nederburg and Durbanville Hills. Beyond that, let's talk about cider. Savannah is actually the world's #1 cider by volume. And finally, and for the first time, we have it here in the Bahamas.
Big things are brewing at Commonwealth Brewery Limited. Marketing Director Andre Woldt dropped the exciting news as the company launched a bold new portfolio. The team took guests on a first-class ticket straight to South Africa with a fabulously themed safari chic soiree at 700 Wines and Spirits in Caves Village. Behind the magic, a powerhouse team. Senior Portfolio Manager for Wines and Spirits, Denzel DeVoe, revealed just how much planning went into this showstopper of an evening.
So in this launch, what you're going to see, you're going to have a taste of the Cape culture. So we're going to bring South Africa in a way where some of the hors d'oeuvres being served are going to definitely be from South Africa. And then you're going to have a little bit of the Bahamian flair. So you're going to have a mix of both. And then at the same time, you're able to taste the wines. And you'll find that some of the wines and also the spirits as well as the cider, you're going to find that these are products that you can relate to in terms of the taste profile that they have. And you're going to enjoy yourselves. You're going to ensure that you're going to go into our 700 Wines and Spirits locations, and you're going to make certain that it's in your basket when you shop.
And wine brand rep Erin Marshall popped the cork on the real stars of the night.
4th Street wine and the Obico wine are very much affordable options. The 4th Street wine, the grapes are harvested very early, which gives it a much sweeter taste profile. We also have the Obico wine, of course, that is sweet as well. We also have a non-alcoholic option. This is the Chamdor sparkling wine, and we have that in the grape, the red grape, as well as the white grape and the peach.
Discover the taste of South Africa, where every sip is an adventure and every bottle tells a story.
Well, no wine tasting over here, but I do have for you LaDawn and Marlena, who are going to give us a sneak peek of Access Now.
No, Mukushla, it's not Entertainment Friday, but it's Entertainment Thursday. We have a special guest artist in the house, and I think, Marlena, you're excited about it.
Yes, Ilsha McPhee. I've seen her perform live before, so I can't wait to see her here tonight. So, unfortunately, yeah, we don't have the wine, but we do have the music, so stay tuned for that.
And no better way to kick off the weekend. Stay with us. The National Report is back after the break.
Ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
You up?
He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, well, I can wait. I ain't got nothing to do. Pin the tile sale now on True Independent.
Diet-friendly special.
Only one item? Are you tired of limited choices? I'll have the one item on the menu, thank you. Wow! So many choices. Why settle for less when you deserve more? When it comes to the ways you pay, the more, the better. With a variety of payment options available, you can enjoy the freedom to choose what works best for you. Choose freedom. Choose flexibility. Choose from the full menu of payment options. The future of pay is digital.
That does it for the National Report, but stay close. The Bahamas Tonight continues with Access Now.
Hi, I'm Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
What? You don't know who TDC is? Tourism Development Corporation?
You mean the Ministry of Tourism?
No, that ain't the same thing, but the Tourism Development Corporation helps to develop and grow behemoth businesses in the tourism industry. You hear what they say, Mike? Well, yeah, develop and grow. You don't know what all the things they do?
What does do?
Hey, check the website, boy.
Start your journey to ownership of our #1 industry today. Log on to tdcbahamas.com.
Take me out to the ballpark. Yes, this weekend for the baseball action at its best. The ZNS Television Network brings you live coverage of the 2025 National Baseball Championships at the Andre Rogers Baseball Stadium, June 7th and 8th. And coverage begins this Saturday at 5 p.m. It's the 2025 National Baseball Championships, and it's only on the ZNS Television Network.
Combating plastic pollution, that's the theme this World Environment Day. We'll tell you more straight ahead.
And a growing number of non-traditional students graduating from the University of the Bahamas. Diane Dorsett tells us how this group is redefining what it means to be a college student.
Mr. Bahamas taking his talents overseas to compete against the best on a global stage. Stay close for that.
And coming up in sports, a night some may want to forget for our men's national soccer team.
The Bahamas Tonight Access Now starts now.
Good evening, everyone. I'm LaDawn Davis.
And I'm Marlena Leonard. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight Access Now.
Well, it's our final show before the long holiday weekend, Marlena. I know you can't wait, right?
Yes, LaDawn. It's a 4-day holiday weekend. Those don't come around that often, so I plan to make the most of it.
I'm sure you do, Marlena, but for now, let's dive right into the news, shall we? It's World Environment Day, and this year's theme is combating plastic pollution. Environmentalist and Natural Resources Minister, the Honorable Vaughn Miller, shares more on the globally recognized day and some of its challenges.
You know, in 2019, we began the process in the Bahamas, but there's still a tremendous challenge with plastics globally, particularly in our ocean, where I think by 2050, it is said that there may be more plastics in the ocean than fish themselves. So we know the issues, the challenges that presents, and for us, particularly in the Bahamas, where our marine life is extensive. We're an ocean territory, we're marine related territory, and so that's extremely vitally important for us.
According to Director of the Department of Environmental Planning and Protection, Dr. Rihanna Neely Murphy, the Prevention and Control of Plastic Act was passed in 2020 with amendments made to the act last year, inclusive of a spot fine to violators. She says it is critical for all Bahamians to understand the parameters of the act and to transition to compostable materials. For those unaware of the regulations, details can be retrieved by contacting the department's hotline at 322-4546 or www.depp.gov.bs.
We have recently actually received reports. It is under the Act, it is illegal to release balloons into the atmosphere, as well as it is illegal to own, distribute, sell plastic bags or any non-compostable food item, for example, a fork or a knife or straw. And so just in my regular routine around the country, I am seeing an increase in the use of plastic items, as well as I'm seeing them reemerge on the shelves in the food stores and in the convenience stores. And so before, the first matter is confiscation as well as a fine.
Well, I'll tell you what, gone are the days when a college campus was filled with teenagers fresh out of high school. A growing number of students over the age of 40 are now walking across the graduation stage, redefining what it means to be a college student. Diane Dorsett has the story.
For many, college is a rite of passage that begins around 18. But for others, the journey begins decades later, when a degree means so much more.
I initially started my college career at the College of the Bahamas, and I was pursuing, as I said, a degree in mathematics. I wanted to become a math teacher. However, in the back of my mind, I always thought about being a physical education teacher. And when they offered the degree program in physical education, I decided to enroll into the physical education program.
55-year-old Philip Farrington just graduated with a degree from the University of the Bahamas. He's one of a growing number of students over 50 hitting the books and doing something a lot of us just aren't used to seeing. This year's 2025 graduating class had nearly 40% of graduates being adult learners. They're returning or starting for career changes, personal goals, or to keep up with today's advancing job market. For Farrington, it was his wife that pushed him to finish what he started.
Well, she herself was a student here at the university, and she knew that I always wanted to become a teacher. And we both are Defense Force officers, and she said, hey, why don't you're getting into the twilight layers of your career, and you're still young, so why don't you, go and pursue that goal of becoming a teacher? So she encouraged me, and I decided to do that.
Still, the road is not easy. Many adult learners juggle full-time jobs, caregiving, and late-night study sessions. But Farrington offers these encouraging words.
Don't be shy in following your dream, and don't think that a college degree is elusive. It takes hard work, it takes dedication, but if you put your mind to it, you're able to accomplish it. And I would say go and get it.
And when graduation day comes, the walk across the stage isn't just about a degree. It's about redefining what a student can be. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Diane Dorsett.
Thanks a lot, Diane. The Remnant Miniversity and Academy is a school nestled deep in the western part of Carmichael Road. The school has produced several individuals who have gone on to be head and deputy head boys and girls at the high school level. But it wouldn't have been possible without the foundation of the fantastic teachers on staff. Arnika Bannister visited the school for a special Teachers Appreciation Gala.
The success of Remnant Academy and Miniversity, according to Principal Neville Brennan, is built on a strong motto that teachers and students live by.
We have our motto, which says, excellence alone. And that was coined by our founding pastor and his wife who started the school, and that is a principle we try to live up to. We even instill that in our children.
Vice Principal Dino Hamilton says the success of their students is a reflection of dedicated teachers.
So we are always showing appreciation because, to be honest with you, teachers are not paid what they should be paid, and we are a small school, and so of course we're going to do as much as we can to show that appreciation for all that they impart to our students, because it's because of them that we produce the students that we do.
One of their teachers, Judy Stubbs, agrees about the pay.
Most people say educators are not paid well enough, and that is a fact. And so we don't do it because of the pay. We do it because we love it. We make police officers, firefighters, doctors, of course, teachers. And so we pave the way for those things. And although our pay doesn't show it, we do it with a good heart. And so it's telling educators and people all over the world that we must recognize teachers.
Well, during the gala, teachers were serenaded by Adriana Munnings, treated to lunch, and inspired by Anatole Rogers student Richard Bain.
Teachers, you are the anchor in students' lives. No matter what goes on behind the scenes, you grade papers, you find time to make the test. You are the anchors. You keep us grounded no matter how much we might not see it, no matter how much we may not appreciate it. You keep us grounded. You truly push us towards success, and everything that we do is in greatness for you.
Teachers and administrators shape us into who we are today. And for that, we must always remember to tell them thank you. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Arnika Bannister.
Thanks, Arnika. Well, with a bold move that challenges the usual views on pageantry and modeling in the Bahamas, 22-year-old Adon Beckford, currently holding the titles of Mr. University of the Bahamas and Mr. Bahamas, is ready to represent his country on a global platform in Mr. Model International in Colombia. Wes Calix-Forbes has a story.
From one-of-a-kind photography to Instagram reels of his outfit of the day, campaigns, short film, the modeling stage, and 2 crowns, this 22-year-old is elevating his brand in every way possible. Add to all of that, this summer, Adon Beckford will be competing in the highly regarded Mr. Model International competition in Colombia, making him one of the few Bahamian men to achieve this feat.
They should be excited to see a new take on fashion. I want to show the world that the Bahamas is more than a tourist destination and that we have more when it comes to art and fashion. I'm very excited to have this opportunity. It means the world to me, and I'm just grateful, extremely grateful. Still kind of shocked. It hasn't really set in. I feel like when I'm in the airport, it's gonna like hit more. But I'm just proud to be able to represent the country.
He's of the view that men's pageantry, particularly in the Caribbean, still encounters cultural pushback. However, Adon paths show it's time for a shift. His appearance on the global platform sends a strong message that modeling and pageantry isn't just about gender. They're about passion, dedication, and representation.
It started off with a lot of hate from my peers and those around me. They definitely didn't support my modeling journey at first, and they treated it as though I was like an outcast. But I had to more lean into myself and get a bit more confidence and know that what I'm doing is the right path. In modeling, I feel like it's more you're expressing what the brand wants to say and less of what you think. And in pageantry, it's definitely a lot more of what you think and what's your brand and what you all stand for.
With his dedication, grace, and commitment to transforming masculinity in the modeling industry, Adon is paving the way for the next generation of male models in the Bahamas and beyond.
Designed to inspire young men to not be afraid to express their talents and to develop themselves past what society usually suggests them to do, and to make sure that young men are comfortable exploring themselves and chasing excellence.
As he takes to the international stage, Adon proudly holds the Bahamian flag and embraces the aspirations of countless individuals who, like him, simply require someone to demonstrate that it's all achievable. For the Bahamas Tonight, I'm Wes Calix-Forbes.
After the break, we chat with Bahamian musical artist Ilsha, and later on, she performs live, so stay close.
Officials were warmly welcomed by the students, teachers, and administrators of Sister Annie Thompson Preschool and the Early Childhood Development Center during their recent visits. Education Minister Glenys Hannah Martin used the opportunity to inspire the students and thank the educators.
I want to say to the teachers, the principal who are here, thank you so much for working with these young people. I was so pleased to see their discipline in the as they did the national anthem, and I did a video because they knew the words. These are 4-year-olds and 3-year-olds who know the national anthem, and this is good foundational. I want to encourage boys and girls to use what do you have in your head? What's this? Brain. Say, I have a brain. I will use my brain. I have a heart. I will use my heart.
Director Dominique McCartney-Russell expressed her excitement to see students engaged in experiential learning and took the opportunity to interview a preschooler.
It is so good to see that and to experience that you are getting those opportunities to use your hands. You're getting the opportunities to use your legs, your feet, your eyes, to see, your ears to listen. I hope you also get an opportunity to smell And certainly I see you get an opportunity to touch. What do you want to be? What career?
Officer.
What?
Jonna Lee McIntosh for Ed Talk.
Melissa, and I'm a survey enumerator with the Bahamas National Statistical Institute, or BNSI. For the next few months, we will be conducting the Household Expenditure Survey on various islands.
You might be wondering, why is this survey important? Well, it helps us to determine the poverty line and assess how to ensure everyone has access to the basic services they need. This information is used by the government, businesses, researchers, and students to make informed decisions and plan for the future. We know that your time is valuable, which is why we've made the survey as simple and easy as possible. And don't worry, all your information you provide is confidential.
Your participation will help us gather accurate information that will benefit everyone in the Bahamas. Thank you for your cooperation and being a part of shaping the future of the Bahamas.
You're looking at a shot of some of the sloops taking part in the 51st Long Island Regatta. Salt Pond definitely one of the hot spots this holiday weekend, and boy, do I wish I were there. For now, though, let's take a look at some other positive news happening for Long Island.
A matter of weeks, work to improve both the roads and water systems on Long Island will get underway. When complete, it's expected to alleviate a lot of the stresses incurred by motoring public who have had to contend with a deteriorating road system for years. Potholes have become near craters in scope, and drivers have often found themselves in unexpected expenses from replacing tires and rims and any number of damages to their vehicles. But the signing of this contract hopefully signals a near end to all of that. Works and Family Island Affairs Minister, the Honorable Clay Sweeting, spoke about the scope of work included in this $20 million deal.
This undertaking will call for rehabilitation of 18 miles of roads from Stella Maris Airport to Salt Pond using 1.5-inch thick hot mix asphalt, not sand and seal. We'll be conducting verge clearance over more than 100,000 square yards, laying over 253,000 square yards of new lime rock base and pavement, installing 6,000 cat-eyes, 40,000 feet of road striping, and 25 regulatory signs.
The work will all be done by local Long Island company Rowdy Boys Construction Limited. It will also include work to modernize the water system with new pipelines and 119 lateral service connections. Areas that had previously gone without will now have access to clean, potable water. Rowdy Boys CFO Jalen Knowles says the project will also mean employment opportunities for Long Islanders.
I think it's very important because it now brings the work to a local company, and we can hire local people in these specialized positions. This isn't just helper jobs. This isn't just someone, getting paid a few hundred a week to help out. We're hiring operators. We're hiring skilled and specialized persons to work for us.
Well, today is Entertainment Friday. Wait a minute, it's Thursday. But that's right, we're having entertainment a little early this week because we all look forward to this. And our artist today is not new to the show. We welcome back Ilsha McPhee. Thank you for coming back.
Thank
welcome
you.
to Access Now. Amazing. Now, what have you been up to since the last time you were here?
Working. I'm a part of two very big bands in the Bahamas, Shad Calling the VIPs, Black Swan Band. But recently, actually this weekend, this Saturday, I'm performing in Miami at Miami Gombe Festival. So we're taking the Bahamas to the streets of Miami. So yeah, I'm really excited about that. We're performing with Iris Star and the Spank Band. So I am alongside Funky D, Gino D, Mama D. So we are taking the Bahamas international.
Amazing, amazing. Now, last time you were here, you had a 9-to-5 job, I believe, working as a senior legal officer for the Securities Commission of the Bahamas. Are you still there?
Yes, I am still there. I love working at the Securities Commission. It's such a good and positive work environment, and we're really doing some things to make the Bahamas better.
Amazing.
So, yeah.
I mean, it's great that you love your job, but also being part of two big bands. How do you manage that busy schedule?
I think as long as you have passion, passion helps a lot because both take a lot. You know, law is, they say, the jealous mistress, but music is also a passion of mine, and time management is the biggest thing that I could say. But once you have that passion that's driving you, everything feels fun.
So tell us, what song are you going to perform for us tonight?
I am performing for you my latest single, Red Flag. The music video just dropped about 2 weeks ago, so guys, check out Red Flag on YouTube or wherever you like to watch your videos. Stream the song, and it's really good.
What
a lot of people are... Oh, child. You know, Bahamian men tend to be a little red flag-ish. Just a little. And, you know, sometimes it's when we may, like, ignore those flags, but this is an empowerment song that really takes back our power. It says, no, we're not ignoring anything. We are taking it back. This is a new chapter, and we're going to move forward and to bigger and better things, hopefully.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, I can't wait to hear it. It sounds spicy, so I can't wait for that performance, Ilsha. We'll see you later on in the show.
Yes, thank you.
As for us, let's take a look at what's coming up in sports.
Coming up in sports, the Bahamas men's soccer team begins their journey in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. More details coming up next.
Here at Solomon's, we don't just believe in great brands. We believe in creating unforgettable memories and celebrating everyday living with you and your family. Every aisle is filled with all you need. A great value with variety and a selection of all your favorite groceries and products. Saving you time and keeping you on a budget. Great food changes everything. Shop at your local Solomon's for food, for family, for you.
Are you or a loved one under medical care? Do you need affordable medical supplies? Ports International is the largest home healthcare supplier. Medical supplies at the very best price. And you can even shop online. From hospital beds to wound care, wheelchairs to walkers, Ports is a one-stop shop for your medical supplies, and we accept insurance. We have online shopping and 2 locations to serve you. At the Airport Industrial Park and Shirley Street. We also ship to the Family Islands. Shop online and visit us on Facebook. Call Ports at 377-1771.
Sweet strawberries, 1 pound, $4.99. Chicken leg quarters, 10-pound bag, $1.19 per pound. Join the Super Value Quality Points program at any Super Value or Quality supermarkets.
While others see customers as numbers, we see our customers as people, neighbors, friends who deserve more than one-sided connections. That's why we are redefining what real connection is by prioritizing our customers and showing our appreciation by putting our money where your loyalty is. BTC customers, claim your $200 Bahamas Air gift card when you add postpaid mobile to your internet plan. That's loyalty that flows both ways.
Welcome to your Thursday Sports Check, everyone. I'm Swanson Gibson Jr. Topping sports, the Bahamas men's national soccer team has gotten off to a rough start on the road to the 2026 FIFA World Cup. On Wednesday at the Karani James Athletic Stadium, Team Bahamas went up against the host Grenada, losing 6-0 in the first qualifiers matchup. They will need to have a short memory, getting another crack at it this Saturday as they kick it with Costa Rica in Bridgetown, Barbados. The roster comprises 21 of the Bahamas' best, and they will need all hands on deck in winning these significant matches. And that's been your Thursday night sports check. A check on weather when we return.
Your business and communication with parents, students, and staff in seconds with a live business bulk SMS messaging. This is the perfect tool to keep you connected and easily send important updates, event reminders, and emergency alerts. Keep your campus informed and connected with bulk SMS messaging from a live business. The right choice for fast, reliable communication. For more information, contact the experts.
Hey, it's your honorary pump attendant back again with another episode on the do's and don'ts at the service station. Let's go. What you ain't gonna do is just pull up to any dispenser and put the nozzle inside your car without reading the signs. Because if you put the wrong fuel inside your car and the car mess up, you could be mad at us, all right? And then you have to walk a catch bus for about 3 to 18 months. What you're supposed to do is read the signs. We place signs all over the dispenser to tell you which fuel is which. Because you put the wrong one and the car say bop, and you could be mad at us. You could be, oh, what happened to my car? No, it's you who ain't read. It say diesel, diesel, one word, diesel. You got up, and you mad at us. Read, that's all you have to do.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Come and visit us at Shop Smart, 'cause everything is here. Yes, we have it all for you. Toys, clothing, office supplies, appliances, custom cut blinds, bedding, drapes, and rugs. Come and visit us on Mackey Street, 2 blocks down from Wolf Road. Call us at 698-1052. Shop Smart, Shop Smart, at Shop Smart. Oh, everything is here.
Time now for your Access weather forecast, and the rains have left us, but the cloud cover will remain right through tomorrow. It wouldn't be until about Saturday before the sun makes its first appearance in a few days. Now, your boating forecast this evening is brought to you by Live Business, where we bulk up your business. In the northwestern islands tonight through Saturday, southeasterly winds 12 to 18 knots, the wave heights 3 to 6 feet with a moderate chop in place. So we do ask small craft to exercise caution in the northwestern islands right through Saturday. Tide-wise, going to be low at 11:11 tonight with another low tide at 11:12 tomorrow morning. And for the central and southeastern islands through Saturday, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, the wave heights 4 to 7 feet. With caution flags also in place for the central and southeastern islands into Saturday. That's going to do it for your boating forecast. It's time now for your international temperatures, and they're brought to you by Royal Star Assurance.
Good night, then you disappear on me. Where you going? But hey, y'all, where you been, y'all? I've been looking for you, looking for you. But hey, y'all, where you been, y'all? I've been looking for you.
And that's going to do it for your international temperatures, brought to you by Royal Star Assurance. But join me at 11 o'clock for a full weather update. LaDawn and Melina.
Thanks a lot, Basil.
Well, without further ado, let's head into the holiday weekend with the sounds of Ilsha.
He was a red flag, hello Bahamas. Red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. I had a feeling from the start. I knew you would break my heart, my heart, my heart. Break my heart, I know it all the time. Just to say that you were mine. Listen as the story goes. It's just a young girl then. You are a big man. You swear me on my feet till I find you with she. You thought it wouldn't matter. Big difference in biscuit and crackers. You thought my heart would shatter. This minor chapter, you in a factor. You thought it wouldn't matter. Big difference in biscuit and crackers. You thought my heart would shatter. This minor chapter, you in a factor. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. First we all started as friends. Everything was smooth until I saw the message on your phone. You two would meet when I'm not home. Don't worry, just go. Just a young girl there. You are up in my name. You swear me on my feet till I find you with she. You thought it wouldn't matter. Big difference in biscuit and cracker. You thought my heart would shatter. This minor chapter, and you in a factor. You thought it wouldn't matter. Big difference in biscuit and cracker. You thought my heart would shatter. This minor chapter, and you in a. He was a red flag walking, never mind talking. Every time the man go out, you bet he be exploring. Church skirt chasing, Lordy very breezing. All the things he put you through, you could call it hazing, yeah. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. He was a red flag, a walking red flag. This minor chapter, you in a factor. He was a red flag, red flag, red flag. Yeah, yeah.
She's got some moves there,
The voice and the energy, she brings it every time. Thank you so much, Ilsha.
Well, that does it for the Bahamas Tonight. Access now this evening.
Yes, but stay tuned for the Rundown on Leadership with Ahmad Rashad Thompson.
Good night, everybody.
Have a safe holiday weekend.
At Harold Point, I'm Ted Jervis, and this is ZNS.
Leaders from all generations, good evening and welcome to the Rundown on Leadership, where clarity meets calling and every conversation carries the weight of transformation. I am your host, Ahmad Rashad Thompson, and I am so grateful that you are here with us tonight for yet another transformational and thought-provoking episode. Family, before we go any further, I just want to take a moment to say thank you. Truly, you could be anywhere on a Thursday night, but week after week, you choose to be here with us. You choose to grow. You choose to lean in. You choose to lead. You choose you. And that's not something we take lightly. Your presence, your messages, your love, it reminds us why this platform exists in the first place. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for running it down with us every week. We feel you, we see you, and we're honored to lead this journey with you. We also want to hear from you. What topics do you want us to tackle next? What conversations do you feel are missing from the leadership landscape? Is there a leader you'd like us to interview on the show? We invite you to scan the QR code on your screen and let us know. Your feedback fuels us and your energy inspires us. As always, we want you to share the wealth. If you're watching us online right now, let us know where you're from. Let us know where you're tuning in from, where you're watching us from. We want you to share this broadcast with the leaders or aspiring leaders in your life. And if you're tuned in live via the ZNS network, don't get better alone, y'all. Tell everyone you know to fall in, because we are about to run it down. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to explore the human side of leadership. We're going beyond the titles to explore the heart behind the headlines and the big moves. Think back for a moment on all the people you've been led by. Which ones stood out the most? Which ones did you model your leadership pattern after? Who was the leader that showed you that there was power in leading with humanity and using life's experiences to shape your future? It was probably the leader who didn't focus on how many degrees he or she had, or how long they'd been in a role, or how many letters followed their name. It was probably the leader who understood that people matter. Where you're from, who you are, what you believe in, and stand for all matter. These are the leaders who get it, who understand that boardrooms and targets don't define legacy, but leading with heart and humanity does. Here's the rundown, folks. So many leaders try to forget where they've come from and consider learning from their past, living in the past. It couldn't be further from the truth, though. Leadership is multidimensional and multifaceted. Leadership is weight. It's the weight of the responsibility when others check out. It's carrying people's hopes when they've forgotten how to hope. It's hearing the heartbeat of your team while the world is chasing headlines and deadlines. Real leadership is it's not about being the loudest voice in the room. It's about being the clearest. And in a world obsessed with power, we need more leaders obsessed with people. Leaders who understand that innovation must include humanity. That vision means nothing if you lose the village. Tonight, we sit down with a man who embodies that truth, a Bahamian son, a corporate trailblazer, a global thinker with a local heart. Samir Bhatti isn't just the CEO of BTC. He's the kind of leader who reminds us that homegrown excellence isn't a trend, it is the foundation. He's leading one of our nation's most recognized brands through change, innovation, and a culture shift, without forgetting the people who make it all possible. So lean in. As always, take notes and get ready to run it down, because this is not fluff. This is fuel. We're not here to entertain, we are here to equip. This is the Rundown on Leadership, ladies and gentlemen, where we break the curse of mediocrity and help you to create legacy. Stay close, everyone. Your leadership legacy begins after this break.
Summer in the Bahamas. The weather is hot, but not as hot as the ZNS summer packages. Get ads on ZNS TV or ZNS Radio Network or the TV community page, or a combination of all three. ZNS has got you covered with great prices, whatever package you choose. Book before June 7th and get the local Federation Championship Baseball bonus full of all kinds of extras free of charge. Contact your account executive or call ZNS Sales at 502-3800 today. Hot summer package rates valid until July 31st.
Mailboat service is a critical service to the islands of the Bahamas. Certainly, Andrews has always been there and dear to us. That's where we're born and raised. And so we play a crucial role in advancing the growth and development of Andrews. Customers want service and they want consistency. From the start, that's been our commitment. We work to sail on time every time. Our customers have come now to expect this from us. And one of the biggest challenges we've had was finding adequate funding. SPDC from the very start has been a lifesaver. My advice to young people, if you have a vision, a passion, an idea, go for it. Don't give up. It's not easy. If it was, everybody would be doing it. Be consistent and you'll get there.
Tired of looking at the same old kitchen? Step 1, our talented recommended designer Mark crafts a custom design just for you. Step 2, once your design is ready, CBS Bahamas makes ordering effortless. Your dream kitchen is within reach. Step 3, our recommended installers bring your vision to life, ensuring every detail is perfectly in place. Sit back and relax as your dream space becomes a reality. Visit cbsbahamas.com and start bringing your home improvement dreams to life today.
Welcome back, everyone, and welcome to the show, Samir. It is an honor to have you here with us tonight. Samir, I want to dive right into this. Let's start from the very beginning. Who is Samir Bhatti?
Ahmad, thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
Congratulations on a wonderful show.
Thank you so much.
A bit about myself. I'm Samir Bhatti. I'm product of 2 teachers and born here in Nassau, Bahamas, grew up here, one of 5 kids.
Wow.
And you know, from my earliest days, I recall being Gambier Nursery, went to Xavier's Lower School, went to St. Anne's for Forms 1 and 2, finished up at QC. So I'd say, you know, one thing that stood out for me growing up, my dad got me a Commodore 64 when I was 9 years old.
Wow.
And so, you know, this is before programming was a thing. And I sort of self-taught myself and got into it. Bit of a nerd. On an island, if you understand what I mean.
Get it,
Not a lot of friends doing it. And then later I got an Apple IIe. And I remember at the age of 11, I'm writing a flight simulator program. Very basic flight simulator. In the language BASIC. And so it was a thing for me, and it taught me a lot. And I thought to myself, at an age when a lot of my friends were gaming, and that was taking off, you know, perhaps I can create a game and make money out of this. So that's when, you know, business started to kick in for me. At the same time, my dad had a number of shops downtown Bay Street, so I learned customer service. I learned the importance of treating the customer right and delivering on that experience. Finished up at QC, and then I matriculated to COB, now University of Bahamas. And after that, I moved on to the United States for school.
Samir, you talked about a little bit about that customer service background. We're going to tie that back into your leadership journey in a minute. But what do you believe leaders are missing from the lens of customer service? Why aren't leaders right now offering better leadership service to their teams?
Yeah, I think leadership, when you think about the customer, you must be customer first. And what do I mean by that? Yes, putting the customer at the center of every conversation, of every decision, necessarily thinking about that experience, but also defining what great looks like. Setting that vision for a great customer first experience and working backwards from there. I think leaders would do well to paint that vision, share that vision, and drive clarity around that vision. And with that clarity, you know, we'll drive a whole renewed purpose. And it's amazing what a team can do once there's clarity on where you're going. Then is speed, right? And clarity can break away any of the dysfunction that might exist. So I think we do well as leaders to be really clear about what does an excellent customer experience look like, and work backwards.
I always tell my clients, Samir, that clarity, you can expect commitment once there's clarity. Where there's a lack of clarity, you can expect chaos. When people don't know what they're supposed to do, how they're supposed to get there, they will definitely start to do whatever they feel is best to keep themselves afloat or to stay out of trouble. And we're going to come back to that conversation a bit later on as we connect. But Samir, you've led in major markets around the world. What ultimately called you back home to the Bahamas, and why was that important for you to come back home and now give back to your country?
Yes, I had a great career going in the United States in telecom industry. When the call came, I debated it, and my wife Tricia, she is my counsel on every matter, and she knew, she and I together partnered in at One Eleuthera Foundation and helping get that moving. And when the call came for BTC, I wasn't interested.
Yeah.
And she said to me, only the way she can, what else do you have to prove? Right?
Wow.
You've done this time in Eleuthera, outside of your industry, in agriculture. That's going well. Don't you think it's time for you to do something in your industry back home?
Yes.
And so as I reflected on that, she's so right, by the way, as I reflected on that, I thought about the brand of BTC. What a proud brand, right, in this country. And I was familiar with the journey of other telcos in the United States and around the world, and I could see where BTC was on that journey. If I could help co-create a shared vision with clarity, and inspire the team to get there, I felt like I had something to offer. And at the end of the day, it's that purpose that drives me.
Yeah. When you think of your upbringing here in the Bahamas, you've matriculated through school, you were raised in this nation with certain values and certain principles. How have they stood out to you all this long time, and how have they shaped the way you lead today?
Yeah. Humility. So I'll give you an example. There's a wonderful teacher at GHS, lived in my neighborhood. His name's Alan Pinto. And I remember Alan Pinto in his car, he had a Mazda 929, and he'd ride around the neighborhood and pick up the kids and say, hey, let's go play soccer.
Wow.
Let's go play soccer. But he'd also drive in some of the, the lower income neighborhoods and ask the same question. So we'd all jump in his car, and we go into a soccer pitch, and all of us learned to play with each other, all different income levels. Many of us weren't friends before.
Yeah.
And many of us would just play to get at the end of the match, and Mr. Pinto would give us all a juice box, little drink. And just remember being with so many kids who had very little resources, right? And I thought about, I often reflect on Mr. Pinto and what drove him as a teacher out of his own pocket to pull this off. So humility is the first thing. I think the second one driver for me is resilience. You grow up in this country.
Yes.
There's a certain amount of resilience you have.
It's a requirement.
And if you embrace it and you channel it the right way. Now, what's interesting is you get resilience in different places. For me, I wasn't a great athlete, honestly. Good on the computers. But there was one sport I got into, which is skateboarding. And if you know any skateboarder who's been passionate about it, it's the closest thing to MMA you're gonna find. It's a lot of pain.
Yeah.
And you bounce back each time, and you often, there's fear in front of you, and you have to overcome that fear. But that resilience to bounce back, I use that as a metaphor in so much of what I do in business. So I think humility and resilience, those are the two things.
Samir, those two, in my mind, are complete opposites. Most leaders who found themselves, or who believe that they are leaders, often find themselves on the opposite side of humility. They must be big and bad. They have to be the one in charge, the strongest voice. How have you been able to successfully kind of marry being humble in leadership, but also being able to bounce back and push through when things get difficult? How have you been able to do that?
I don't know if I have a choice, right? I do think, oftentimes people perceive leaders as the ones who are the most vocal, most boisterous, perhaps the extrovert. I'm a big introvert, right? I truly am. But the reason I say I don't have a choice is that at the end of the day, a leader has to inspire people. A leader needs to move with a certain level of optimism.
Yes.
Even if it's in some dark corners. Even when that leader has doubt.
Yes.
I have doubt.
Yes.
If you want people to follow you, you have to move with a certain optimism. And so what I use, when I use resilience and I use humility, I use them as tools to engage the team, to find the first follower, the second follower.
Yes, yes.
I have to be able to flex and call upon those as resources at any point in time. And I think that's really the answer. I don't have a choice.
Yeah.
We don't have a choice as leaders, right? I didn't step into this career thinking I wanted to be CEO, by the way.
Yeah.
That wasn't.
Wow.
That was not my interest. That was not where my arrow was necessarily pointed.
Yes.
In my career, I wanted to have impact. But through humility and resilience, I guess I started to stand out.
Yeah.
And then people started to follow. And I got bigger and bigger tasks. And I found a way to get stuff done.
Wow.
Not because of me one, but because I had a team behind me.
Yeah.
So I think those come to the fore. How do you leverage these?
Yes.
As they're applicable to the situation.
Yeah.
So that you can exude optimism. So people feel like
I could follow this guy.
I could follow this guy, knowingly or unknowingly.
Yes, yes.
But now I'm in the seat as CEO. I see how important that is. I didn't see it before. I see how important that is.
Wow.
That people look at me in a certain way.
So can you take us back, Samara? Maybe there was a point in your career, maybe early on, a defining moment where you had to make a decision, or a decision was made for you that shaped the way and continues to shape the way you lead. Was there anything that took place in your early years, even recently, that you feel has shaped and continues to shape the way you lead today?
Yeah, there was a moment. I was at Verizon.
Yeah.
And this was Verizon when it was rolling out fiber, mid-2000. And I had responsibility for the new promotion that we were going to run. At this time, we weren't selling fiber services, you know, at a high clip. So we needed something to jump-start it. At this time, high-definition TVs were all the rage. They had just come on the scene. So the idea was, how about we give a free HD TV to everybody who takes Fios internet?
Wow.
And
this is in America.
And it's in the U.S.
Okay.
And okay, this thing tested well in all of our survey tests, and we got going with it. Thought I did a decent job of forecasting.
Yeah.
This thing went so well, we ran out of inventory of TVs. And in fact, there are two main providers globally for glass for TVs, and I was working directly with them. They ran out of glass.
Whoa.
And now I set the wrong expectations with customers. They're waiting 6, 7, 8, 10 weeks to get their TV delivered. Phones getting lit up. I mean, this was an egg on the face moment.
Yeah.
As you know, as exciting as this promotion was, it was the most fantastic failure that I've ever had in my business. I mean, this was really challenging. So what have I done since? So to get out of that situation, I set the right expectations, and many, many apologies to customers later. But ever since then, the value of diverse perspectives, bringing them in early.
Wow.
Not the folks who tell me yes.
Yes, yes.
Listen here, you're the greatest.
Yes.
I don't need that.
Wow.
I need people to look for my blind spots, our blind spots. I need them to help me shape it early.
Yes.
To forecast risks in ways that I'm not the expert at. And if you bring those perspectives in early, you have a much greater chance of success going on. So that has inspired a whole different level of teamwork for me. I tell everybody at my senior leadership team, my job is not to do your job.
Yeah, yeah.
Your job is to have a foot in mine.
Wow, my job is not to do your job. Your job is to have a foot in mine.
Correct.
Samara, that is monumental, because so many leaders today are leading from a place of threat, feeling threatened or threatening. If we try to get my job, I can put you back, I can hold you back, I'm going to stifle you. But you're saying to your team, first of all, I need and value your perspective, bring them to this table as quickly as we can. Let's enjoy the fantasism of failure as quickly as we can in this room before we get to the market. Additionally, which of you are having your eyes on this chair, on my role? That is something we don't see often in leadership somewhere, specifically in our nation. We can run out of time in this segment, we shouldn't even get into it, but we have this mindset somewhere that we must hold on to the job until we die. It must go to the grave with us. We must put on our tombstone that Ahmad Rashad Thompson held so-and-so for 947 years, versus, hey, I'm doing this job now, you may want it someday, what are you doing to get it eventually? We're going to talk about that in a later segment somewhere, but I want to focus on that line you used, gathering those shared perspectives early. What does that actually mean?
Yeah, it means having a problem you want to solve, bringing in the team, going through the problem in many cases, and asking openly, what do you think? Ahmad, what's your perspective on that? Now, when I ask for your perspective, you might be the head of commercial. And the issue, the challenge we're solving is a communications issue.
Yes.
What it means is that you have a perspective on the broader business, not just your function.
Yes, yes, yes.
It means that your role is to support your function, but to share in the lead of this organization. So I expect everybody at my senior leadership table to have a perspective on the broader business, not just their function.
Wow.
And that means when we unpack issues and we try to get to a decision, we do it holistically with the CEO's perspective in mind. It also means if we come to points where there's tension, there's friction, the decision needs to be made, and there's healthy debate, hopefully there is. When a decision is made, we lock arms and we go with it.
Yeah. So what I'm hearing, Samir, is that we're not, as the leader, making the decision. We're not controlling the decision. We're not controlling the conversation. We're inviting shared perspectives and making collective decisions as a group.
Yes. This
is just getting started, ladies and gentlemen. And we are only a few minutes in, but right now we are talking about how do you create an environment where there's shared perspective, collective innovation, right? We are going to come back to this conversation. We're going to have this conversation with Samir talking about how do you actually now discover your way through leadership? How do you determine succession? How do you get on the other side of leadership? Your breakthrough continues, ladies and gentlemen, after this break.
Hey, ladies, where's the Dave? Oh, okay, thanks. Bets.
Greg, what's up?
Ready, man, how you doing?
I'm doing well. He's meditating. You gotta give him at least an hour.
All right, I can wait. I ain't got nothing to do. Been I say now on to independence.
Hey, what's up, Mario?
Hey, Dale, what's going on?
Have you seen ZNS new digital platforms?
No. Let me go check it out.
Good day, Bahamas. I'm Devontae Hanna, and this is ZNS Digital,
where we cater to your news and entertainment needs. Are you a foodie? I thought so. Then look out for Digital Bites.
Shining a light on Bahamians and the good that they do, ZNS Digital is home to the sunshine room.
Keeping up with the latest trends, our original content will keep you entertained.
Yeah, that's cool.
But have you seen the new website?
No, I didn't see it. Let me go look.
We're still your most trusted source for news and information.
That's ZNS Digital?
Yeah, that's ZNS Digital, the people station in your pocket.
The internet isn't just for surfing. There's a sea of shoppers buying online, and you can connect with them on Tingsy. Tingsy is the SBDC's online storefront built for Bahamians. Take your business to the next level by selling to customers online, both at home and around the world. People want Bahamian things, and if you got things to sell, sell on Tingsy. Find out how you can connect with a sea of buyers by visiting tingsybahamas.com.
Welcome back, everyone. If you're just joining us, our guest tonight is Mr. Samir Bhatti. He is the CEO of BTC. Samir, I want to go back to what we said just now before we went to break. You mentioned that almost a requirement on your leadership team is that there is diverse perspective, that your team members aren't thinking only about the shops they run. We don't want to have all yes men at these tables. So many leaders do. But your requirement is, listen, tell me where the blind spots are, show me where I've not thought about, what has this team not considered yet? It ties back to to a quote I heard you make recently, Samir, in your PTC Homegrown series. You said, I dream of a day when a fellow Bahamian can drive innovation in the telecoms industry and not have to leave this country to gain that experience. I'm working every day to make that happen. Why is it important that that type of table you've set with your organization is the table that we sit to? And then why is it important for your organization at large?
Yeah, so first, diversity of perspectives, right? There's a study by Cloverpop. It's come out and it says that diverse teams make better decisions 87% of the time than non-diverse teams. Now, diversity is age diversity, it's gender diversity, and it's geographic diversity. Make better decisions, meaning faster decisions with better outcomes. So there's enough literature on why that matters, and I embrace that fully at my table. As far as my quote, and this is my mindset, allow me to share a bit of the context. I spent a lot of time in the U.S., and so I call on that and I leverage that often. You look at the market capitalization of U.S. stocks, top 10 stocks in market capitalization. Number 1 is Microsoft, NVIDIA, Apple, Amazon, Alphabet, Meta, Tesla, Broadcom, Berkshire Hathaway, Walmart. You might see Eli Lilly in there. Why do I raise those 10? Those 10 represent 33.6% of the market capitalization total. There are 6,062 stocks traded in the United States. 10 represent 33.6. By the way, 5 of those 10 are led by international immigrants to the United States. 5 of those 10. And by the way, the majority of those 10, including those 5, reside in Silicon Valley. So take a look at Silicon Valley. I've spent some time there working. What's really interesting, they have their pick of the 8 billion people on this planet on who to attract. Many of them matriculate through U.S. schools, as did I, finish up. Many matriculate there. But in Silicon Valley, not just the best IQ talent, but there's a growth mindset that exists, right? Where people try things, they fail through trial and error.
Yes.
So what's interesting about Silicon Valley, now you see the link to market capitalization. Your viewers, as I understand your viewers, if they have any investments in stocks, I guarantee you they have some dollars in Tesla, they have some dollars in NVIDIA, they have some dollars in Microsoft, and they trust their dollars to those stocks, so they believe in diverse and international talent by definition, because they're voting with their dollars. The question is, for many people who go to the United States, it's difficult to make it there long term, 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 years long term. It's difficult. So is that success model of diverse perspectives, international perspectives, growth mindset, does it work elsewhere? I'd say in Israel it does. If you've had a chance to see Israel or learn about it, here's a country that's gone from an agrarian economy to a full-on tech hub, and very much tied into Silicon Valley. So my worldview is, why not us? It's worked in Israel. If I can do something and be a part of making 1,000 flowers bloom in the Bahamas, perhaps we have a way to create a whole new economic engine. Perhaps I create a way for new personal development, career development for other Bahamians. I think what an exciting thing that would be. So that's my dream. How can I make it possible to make the next iteration of Israel or of Silicon Valley? It doesn't have to be the exact same, but there's some common ingredients around growth mindset, about attracting and retaining talent, bringing in diverse perspectives that we know works.
So Samir, that takes me to our next question, because I want to talk about this whole journey around the expatriate employee in our nation and how that's been mismanaged, in my personal opinion and in my professional experience. I've seen organizations across industries, Samir, bring in an expatriate worker who is supposed to identify, well, in fact, the organization is supposed to identify a successor to that expat worker, right? A direct successor, not a potential successor. In the next 24 to 36 months, you will have the role of so-and-so as an expat worker. You are developing, sharpening, and preparing so-and-so to succeed this role in the next 36 months. So often, Samir, these expat workers come to our nation unable to just live. their children are gone to college. They have been in all the schools you referenced in your opening statement, but they have been there for 20, 30 years, and there's still no successor identified. How do you, with this exposure that you've been able to enjoy and amass, now focus on developing the talent within this country to succeed one day, some or other key roles in your organization?
Yeah, so my starting point I've shared, I'm a big believer in diversity. And I have all the reasons. I can state McKinsey studies as well and show you, that it drives, 33% more likely to drive better profitability to have diverse leadership teams. But I want to start by saying I get it. I know what it feels like to be in an organization where you're passed over because your name sounds funny.
Wow. Wow.
And that's the United States, that's the Bahamas, that's wherever. I've seen members of my family frustrated and go through that. I've seen that sort of gender discrimination. So I get it. I know what it feels like. So I'll talk about the things that I'm not supportive of. I'm not supportive of bring any person from, you name it, tier 1 market country, UK, US, to take a role in the Bahamas or anywhere and have that for endless weeks, months, years, just because they're from another country.
Sure.
I believe if done thoughtfully, right, you can bring talent in, meld with the local talent, solve bigger problems, but not just fill a skill gap, but drive a cultural change that's needed. So, for example, we at BTC, I'm not here to run a copper landline business. We're not going back to those days, right? We're going forward. We know broadband is the way. So am I looking to just hire a copper expert? Or am I looking to hire a fiber expert? Maybe. But perhaps what I'm really looking for is somebody who can come in for a period of time as a change agent. And I think too often we look at it as, a static role, a director, and we're just going to fill that and then backfill it.
Yes.
In some cases, if you're doing it thoughtfully, you say, you know what, there is a business as usual role that's needed, and there is a change agent role that's needed. I also think that, how you ask the question, it's a question we have a lot of debate on. It comes from the perspective of a fixed mindset. What I'm here to say is, when done right and done thoughtfully, you get to bake a bigger pie, right?
It's probably tastier too.
Exactly. If you bake a bigger pie, everybody benefits. And so to me, I look at it from the perspective of, bake a bigger pie, bring in multiple perspectives, or bring in external talent who are expert, do it thoughtfully, help it upskill the talent around, meld with the organization, shape the culture so that culture has a much longer arc. I don't necessarily look at it as it's always, and perhaps that's where we struggle. It's always about having somebody come in and then finding the next person who's going to backfill, because the reality is that person comes in, depending on the situation, and that person does a great job transforming the place. Why do you need to backfill that role? What if you bring somebody in, why do you need to keep that division? We have to ask those questions. If you're transforming, then transform. And perhaps you don't need that same skill set longer term in a business as usual sense. So I don't come in and I don't assume it's a one size fits all or it's the same thing you're solving each time. I realize that there are situational needs that vary. And I'm a believer, if done thoughtfully, you bake a bigger pie, all boats rise.
This mindset that all boats rise, shared perspective, collective innovation, us doing this together. Samir, this is foreign language to some people, In our country and around the world, leaders are getting it wrong. And that's why this show was created, because we want to demonstrate to people that you can be a human person, because you're a human being first. Right? You can bring others to the table who have perspectives that are not shared by you, who have beliefs that may not be exactly like yours, and you can arrive at a pie that's bigger than you could have ever imagined, versus a table, an army of just yes men. Yes, women. Yes, boss, that's straight. Yes, boss, that's straight. Versus, have you considered? What about? Why not we? Why haven't we done? And then when we look at this lens of the expat versus the local talent, I think they both have a piece of that pie that they can eat. What we've done wrong, I believe, and this is my professional opinion, because I've witnessed it somewhere, is that we, as the local talent, we're not positioning ourselves to succeed key roles. We have this expectancy. I've been around for 47 million years, the job's supposed to be mine. And when I don't get it, all hell break loose. Then we have on the flip side of that same coin, we can't find the talent locally because we have not developed the talent locally, so we must go outside of our shores and find the talent elsewhere. Both of those things can be true at the same time. Yeah. But I believe, to your point, if we now develop the culture we want to see take shape in an organization. If we say, you know what, we want more diverse thoughts, so we must bring in some diversity outside of our nation, but at the same time, hone in on what's already here. Bring what's outside. This is groundbreaking conversation, Samir. We're going to come right back because, again, we are in time for a break, but we're going to continue this conversation and help you to really understand what this means to be a leader. How do you hold on to what you've done in your life? How do you use these life lessons to go to the next level? Stay close, everyone. We're going to be right back.
I am a master plumber by profession. I've been doing plumbing for over 40 odd years. When I was 9 months old, I was diagnosed with polio. To me, living with polio, I took it the way it is. I never allowed my polio to get in my way of anything. In fact, I love when people doubt me, and I just prove them wrong. And let me tell you, in the world, you could only find a plumber as good as me, but you ain't gonna find no plumber better than me. People with disability, they just need a chance. In this program, I feel so encouraged. Most of the mentors have different kind of disability, but disabilities like me. Sharing and caring and showing so much support with people with disability. They would encourage you to go beyond. I wish this was around a long time ago. Right now, I would have been a millionaire. You out there who have a disability, don't be afraid. Take the step. If you believe it, you could achieve it. And remember one thing, ain't no one better than me, and ain't no one better than y'all. God made all us equal.
For more information about how the SBDC can help your small business to make a big impact, give us a call at 461-7232 or visit sbdcbahamas.com.
This year, King Door National Parkinson Foundation is taking you back to the old school. With entertainment by TMF, the band formerly known as Maze.
Y'all better come on now.
Also appearing will be local artist Plotty and the Naked Eye and the Royal Bahamas Defense Force Pop Band.
Save the date, Saturday, June 28th, 2025, Atlantis Paradise Island.
To purchase your tickets, call telephone 428-2588 or visit Carey's Fabric and Uniform Store, Mackey Street.
The new stuffed crust cheddar flavor has a taste you'll enjoy.
Outside and inside.
With a delicious stuffed crust covered in irresistible cheddar flavor. Come and try the new stuffed crust cheddar flavor only at Little Caesars.
Pizza, pizza.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. We are truly in a masterclass, and I want you to stay close because we're going to continue our conversation with Samir Bhatti, the CEO of BTC. Samir, when all the titles are stripped away, when things are, all you have left is just you, your thoughts, the drive home, what would you say is one leadership lesson that life had to break you to teach you?
You know, it was, I'd say, early on, when I went from College of the Bahamas, moved to the United States, and I got accepted into University of Maryland. And was excited about that. I went there, and my first day, I met with the counselor there, and the counselor said, "Welcome to University of Maryland. You're accepted here, but we won't take any of your credits."
Whoa.
So I did 2 years, finished off my class at COB. They'll take none of my credits. What's the school? College of the, no, we're not going to take those anyway.
Wow.
So there was a moment, there's no help, there's no lifeline coming. It's me and the counselor. And I felt my entire world kind of flash in front of me. I felt the disrespect. I felt all of that. And I came back with this. I said, yes, I'm going in a field in computer science and statistics. Pretty good with numbers. How about this? If I get a 4.0 on this slate in this upcoming semester, will you take these 15 credit hours?
Wow.
Said, okay, I'll sign up for that. And so that's what I did.
Wow.
And every semester I showed backup and I said, if I get this, will you accept these credits? Yeah. In the end, they didn't take 2 courses, which I had to redo, like Psychology 101, which is fine. But that was a lesson in negotiation, right? Everybody thinks the door is closed, or it's a one-way, or it's a zero-sum game, all of that. But to find a creative path forward was one of the biggest lessons. And, you know, you figure out your resilience.
Yes.
You know, when you're in that corner.
Yes.
Most people would fold up. Many people would say, okay, I guess I got to start over. I wasn't about to start over.
Samir, how did the thought enter your mind? Because that's gangster, Samir. That ain't regular. That ain't regular. You don't tell the administrator, counselor person, listen, man, I can do you a favor, you to do me a favor. What is going through your mind?
Yeah.
And when do you realize I can actually ask the question? Because it's one thing to have the thought, it's another to actually live it out. Yeah. What's going through your mind in that moment?
You know, and I would say to you, the reason why that moment sticks with me is, I don't know if I had the conviction to speak like that in the past, but at that moment it came forward.
Yeah.
And, you know, where does it come from? You know, creativity, you know, breeds on constraint. And I was in a constrained situation.
Yeah.
I also had a certain amount of self-confidence even in those early days. Right? I knew where I came from. I've shared my journey, my life journey with you. And I'm sitting in a wonderful country in the United States. And the realization that, you know, I know how to fight.
Yeah.
Right? I know how to represent. I know, you know, how to represent myself. I know how to fight for myself. And I know my skill set.
Yes.
Deserves respect.
Wow.
And I think my skill set's good for you.
You will benefit from this.
You're going to benefit from this. And I think in that moment they felt it. Wouldn't it be great to have this guy?
Yes.
And I think also it was a dual degree.
Ah, okay.
And so what was interesting, they were trying to get people to do this, you know, decision and information sciences, management science and statistics, this kind of combination, 2 different schools. They didn't have many takers. And so I raised my hand. I said, yeah, I want to do that. That sounds really challenging. I'm in. I'm pretty good with the computers, and I love the numbers. I can do it. Okay, great. Ready to sign me up?
Yeah.
And so there's this, you know, to be that poster, to be that poster kid in college I think, was interesting to them. So I do think it does come back to baking a bigger pie, right?
When you think of your journey, Samir, the moments when you tap into that resilience, the moments when you lean on, and the word you used earlier was leverage. You leverage the perspectives in front of you around that table. Leadership has a way, Samir, of revealing both the best and the blind spots in us and around us. What does leadership reveal to you about you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's the thing I won't ever give up.
Yeah.
I hope I never give up. Integrity. Doing what I say I'm going to do.
Yes.
Doing the right thing when the cameras aren't on.
There's no risk for reward.
No.
There's no chance they'll say, good job, Samir.
No.
Wow.
Integrity.
Yes.
And I think, you know, as I reflect on it now at this stage in my career, why that's important in business is integrity then brings forth trust.
Wow.
And the kind of environment that I want is trust. When I have a senior leadership team meeting and we're going through, you know, a challenging discussion or a difficult topic, I want to have that psychological safety. I want the team to trust that they can bring it. It's nothing personal, but they can bring their full selves to that meeting, their perspective. And we may have to hash it out. We may have to argue vigorously.
Yes.
But you only get there if there's a certain level of trust. And so you get to that trust, I believe, the more integrity you have. And I don't want to be in an organization without trust.
Yeah.
And so I wouldn't want my team, my SLT, I don't think it's fair to them to operate the way I want us to operate if there's no trust. So integrity is core.
If your words and your actions are not congruent, if you say one thing and do another, it means you lie. That's what it means. So maybe being fancy, being all political, you is lie. If what you said and what you did are different, you is lie. Now, in the way that Samir just painted the picture, if there are opportunities, because there are in business, when you said A but had to resolve to B, there's context there, there's clarity that you can provide, there's information you can give to your team to say, you know what, I said A but I had to end up doing B, versus saying A, doing B, you tell them I say, you is lie. But Samir, as we wrap up our segment, because this went by so quickly, I want to have a bit of fun. We're going to do something we've never done before on the show, and I'm happy you're laughing right now because it's going to be a very laughable couple of moments next. I'm going to read you a few statements, Samir, and it's a variation on this or that, right? I'm calling it the rapid rundown, okay? I'm going to read you a couple of questions. You're going to have to say, just choose one quickly. You can't think about it. Don't be Samir and CEO. Just go straight to it, right? Valley or Saxons?
Saxons.
Samir, end the show. Cut the show, you're free to go. Spicy or original, Samir?
Say it again?
Spicy or original?
Spicy.
Okay, Johnny cake or Johnny bread, Samir?
Johnny cake.
That's good. Dilly or Dali?
Dilly.
Hey, cup or baggy?
Cup.
Cup? No baggy?
I had them both.
Cup or, you say cup. Bookie or Barabi?
Bookie.
Okay, yellow grits or white grits?
Yellow.
Sheep tongue or pig feet?
Neither.
That's a good answer. Chicken sauce all the way. That other thing ain't making no sense. Samir, how do you spell bay?
Ooh.
Nah, Samir?
I don't.
Everything you said will rise and fall in this statement. How do you spell bay?
I mean, when I text it, it's just B-E-Y.
That's how you spell bay. Them other letters, B-U-Y. And I'm kind of funny. This is soil. This is from the soil. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to come right back from this break. We want to take a moment just to reflect on what has been shared. But take a moment, refresh your cup, come back. We're going to end this segment tonight. Stay close.
Got termites and need to get rid of them fast? Trust Rentokil Initial. With over 60 years experience in the Bahamas, the global brand, training, and expertise can't be beat. Only Rentokil Initial gives you a 3-year warranty and payment plan options on termite fumigation. No one can match the range of treatments we offer, such as fumigation, pre-construction treatments, termite monitoring, and more. No matter where you are in the Bahamas, we will come to you. When it comes to complete termite eradication, there's only one name, Rentokil Initial.
Hello, I'm Mario Nuri. It's never too early to prepare for a hurricane, and we want to make sure our community is always ready. So we invite you to join us for another A Familiar Walk, Step Towards Hurricane Preparedness, with special guests, Lisa Pinder, Director General, Dr. Trevor Johnson of the Bahamas Red Cross, Disaster Risk Management Authority representatives, and Charles Johnson of J.S. Johnson Insurance Agents and Brokers. So do join us and stay weather aware.
Planning the execution of a newscast is serious business. From the assignment to the concept of the story, everything has to be precise, on point, always. The Bahamas Tonight, the National Report, is your trusted news service. We get it right the first time. Our preparation for you each night is done with care, knowing that our voices will reach you on 700 islands and keys with unquestionable accuracy. It gives me great pleasure each night to say,
welcome to the Bahamas Tonight, the National Report. I'm your national anchor, Mukesh Lapinder.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is our final question for our guest, Samir Bhatti, CEO of BTC. Samir, in your opinion, are leaders made or born?
Leaders are made.
Go ahead, talk about that.
We may be born with certain traits. That it could be optimism, it could be decisiveness, certain traits that you see in a leader, and that could seed what we view as leaders for sure. I think we all have some aspects about ourselves that are leaders, but leaders are made. It's a product of the environment, right, and what you've gone through. I look at my career, I am the result of all the years in industry that I've had. in consulting to private equity and Verizon and Juniper and Comcast and here BTC, sometime in Silicon Valley. I'm a product of my experiences along my classmates. I'm a product of the environment from which the soil that I grew up in and where I live. But those shape and harden the leader. And I do think a leader would do well to be constantly growing in any event. But I believe that the greatest talent is to work. And this is a quote from Coach K, Mike Krzyzewski, of Duke basketball men's team. We all have certain talents we're born with, but those individuals who work, that's the greatest talent, is to put in that work. So I have to believe it's made. I have to believe it's a function of how much work you've put in. I have to believe it's a function of the environment you've come through, not just what you're born with.
Wow, this has been such an impactful conversation, ladies and gentlemen. We are so grateful for Samir Bhatti for having joined us tonight. This conversation, again, like all of our conversations here, are masterclasses. We're hopeful that they're helping you to lead better, to do better, to be better versions of yourselves. Samir taught us tonight that shared perspective, diversity in thought, collectivism, collective thinking, leveraging the strengths on your team help to make you a better version of yourself. This has been phenomenal. Samir, we're so grateful that you've joined us this evening. What you just witnessed, again, was a revelation. It was an opportunity for you to be better, to do better, to want better as a leader. When you think about, I need to pause. Sorry, I need to pause. It ain't in the right spot, so I lost.
You want to go one more question?
No, you're good, you're good. Okay. It'll just be from my end with you. They weren't picking up on you. So right after this, thank you to Mr. B. Already said thank you to him. So it'll be go up right here. And to our audience. Yes, sir. No, let me.
Bahamas is a very beautiful place. We have sandy beaches and clear waters. We have a lot of tourists coming here. We like to dance and make music.
The Bahamas is a chain of islands surrounded by water. It is about 60 miles from Florida.
We live on Andros Island.
One of the most beautiful treasures we have in the Bahamas is a coral reef. Some people call it the jewel of the Bahamas.
A coral reef is a massive limestone formation which is built up by millions of little tiny creatures called polyps, which are related to the jellyfish family. I'm Nicholas Nuttall. I founded BREEF, the Bahamas Reef Environment Educational Foundation. People talk about the coral reefs as being the rainforests of the ocean, like a huge bank of trees with all sorts of things living in and off them. Coral reefs are abundant in the Bahamas, or were, up until a few years ago. We have the third longest coral reef in the world.
In the past 20 years, a lot of the coral reef have died.
The coral reefs are endangered because some people throw trash, chemicals, oil, gasoline in the water.
Makes me feel bad because the Bahamas depends on the coral reefs for our tourism.
The danger of the coral reefs are in, I'm afraid, comes from humans. Overfishing is the most immediate cause, and then the global warming, which is caused by excess use of energy, which makes the water warmer, and it's a stress which the coral can't stand. A healthy piece of coral has a dimpled look on it. The colors are either blue or various sorts of orange and yellow. The dead coral is white or brownish and usually covered in weed. It's not a pretty sight.
If you look at the reef now compared to what it was in 1973, it's a vast difference. My name is Peter Douglas. I'm a dive master here at Small Hope Bay Lodge. In some places, it looks like a war zone. And, you know, we're just sitting here praying, my God, how long can something as delicate as this take this kind of shock? And this has not only happened here, but it's happened globally. Places like the Maldives are like gone, Florida Keys, gone. And we're just sitting here, what can we do to educate and help our young people save this for the next generations?
Now you look out there, right? You notice how nice and white that water goes out, and then you see the dark areas? Dark areas, turtle grass, and the brown areas, the algae. Now slow down, now you're on these rocks, and there's a lot of living stuff on the rock. You don't want to crush all the little snails.
But what can we do is start by just cleaning up our environment, being sensitive to what we are using, where we're putting it. You know, the planet might be 2/3 water, but that doesn't mean it's a big place to dump.
At our school, we clean up the mangroves and the coral reefs, and we pick up all the dirty trash and all the bottles and other garbages there. It helps the baby fishes to live their life.
The swampy wetlands and mangroves are places where people are inclined to go dumping garbage. The kids and the grown-ups are joining in at about 60 different sites which are being cleaned and restored. They can turn this thing around. It can recover. It could be brought round.
Once we go in, we're gonna swim as a group. Ready? Are you excited?
This is not only a Bahamian problem or an Androsian problem. This is a problem for everybody in the world, and especially our neighbors next door in America, because we are one of the big nursery areas for marine life. And, you know, a fish that is born and spawned in the Bahamas could end up someplace off the coast of New York.
I believe the coral reef will survive because more people will know about it, not to trash it, and not to throw all the kind of chemicals and stuff in it.
By keeping the swamp clean, keeping the water clean, I think it will survive.
It's going to be okay because the children of the Bahamas is going to protect it.
Breast cancer is the leading cause of cancer deaths in the Bahamas and in Bahamian women. At present, we are unable to prevent breast cancer, but performing screening mammograms can detect breast cancer at its earliest when there are no symptoms and when it is more likely to be treated successfully. All women should have a primary health care provider who is aware of their medical history, family history, and risk factors. Women 40 to 45 years can choose whether to start screening in consultation with their physician. All women 45 to 54 years should have an annual mammogram. Women older than 55 years can have a yearly mammogram or choose to have one every 2 years. Monthly breast self-exams in conjunction with the mammogram can increase the odds of early detection. Be proactive about your health.
At Fort Montague, I'm Opal Roach. This is ZNS.
It's time for Focus Forward, sponsored by Invest Grand Bahama. It's Grand Bahama's best talk show, highlighting all of the positive things happening in Freeport. Look forward to our special guests each week that will tell you about events, activities, and initiatives that are making a remarkable impact on our community. You'll also hear from local business owners and get a heads up on deals and special promotions. It's time to Focus Forward.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Grand Bahama's Best Talk Show, Focus Forward, sponsored by the Invest Grand Bahama unit of the Grand Bahama Port Authority. My name is Glendia Sweeting, Manager of Quality Assurance at Port Group Limited, and I am joined by my co-host, Alex Thompson. Can you hear me? Because you were leaning over.
Just making sure.
Alex Thompson, the Director of Public Affairs at the Downtown Freeport Business Association. Good morning.
You forgot the last part, the best association on Grand Bahama Island.
But there are many associations that are really good, so why would I say...
I am talking about the DFBA.
Okay.
And considering